Demo.
Okay, good afternoon to all. Now we are starting with the category Best Media Innovation Digital Multiple Platform, and the duration will be 7 minutes per presentation. Starting with the first presentation, the entry ID is 2078 and the brand is Cadbury Celebrations. Over to presenter.
Let me know once you're ready
Yes.
so that we can start the timer.
Let me know once you can see my screen, hear me well.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So are you good to go?
Yes.
Okay. Your time starts now. All the best.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Shreya Bhave, and I'm here to tell you why Cadbury Celebrations once again spent crores of rupees to make an ad that was not just a Cadbury ad. Cadbury Celebrations is a gifting brand that thrives purely on occasions and festivals. 2/3 of the business comes from just Rakhi and Diwali, and majority of that comes from small neighborhood stores which look forward to festivals like Diwali for a windfall. But just few months before Diwali 21 came the deadly second wave, where lakhs lost their lives and livelihood, and bringing businesses to a grinding halt. We had faced a similar situation during the first wave in 2020, where the consumer sentiment was weak as everyone was coping with grief. With the focus being on essentials, the online Goliaths provided heavy discounts and won big, and the small offline retailers struggled to make the ends meet. And this is why, in 2020, we tried to help small businesses by creating an ad that was not just a Cadbury ad. We leveraged the power of multiple social and video platforms to help thousands of small businesses come online and advertise for them, urging people to buy from the local stores. The campaign delivered phenomenal results for celebrations and for the small retailers too. While the campaign in 2020 was a success, we also had a couple of learnings. Firstly, the need for scale. Yes, we covered 1,000 stores, but for every store we covered, there were hundreds that we couldn't. Secondly, shopkeepers were managing majority of their businesses over WhatsApp, from taking orders, giving delivery updates, and even sharing promotional messages. Hence, we needed to evolve with that too, and give them a promotional asset that they would feel proud of sharing within their circle. So this time around, we aim to create an even bigger impact and brought back not just a Cadbury ad with India's biggest superstar, Shah Rukh Khan. We got SRK to be the face of countless small businesses across the country. We brought together data, creative, and technology at a hyper-local level to identify and partner with local stores from 5 of the most festive-dependent categories, and fed this information real-time as an input to the AI to model SRK's face movements and voice modulation in order to personalize the store names for every single store, every single ad, and we did this for a whopping 500 PIN codes. We activated this across 3 platforms, effectively setting up 1,500 campaigns. And we did this without spoiling Diwali for our own team, as we fully automated the entire data flow process from passing the retailer's information, making the creative for each location and category, mapping it to relevant PIN codes, and finally setting up, reviewing, and activating all 1,500 campaigns. Further, to provide scale, we gave the power to the people. We created a microsite for everyone to leverage our tech and create their own version of the ad that features Shah Rukh Khan as the brand ambassador for their local store. Allow us to show you how we brought this to life.
Big businesses and brands that suffered during the pandemic found their way back, but the smaller stores still suffer.
This lockdown has been a real tough phase of my life. I mean, I have seen bad days, but this was the worst.
Last year, we helped small businesses through Diwali. So this year, we decided to bring it back. Presenting not just a Cadbury ad. This Diwali, we helped hundreds of small businesses by making India's biggest brand ambassador be their brand ambassador.
इस दिवाली आप भी ना अपने पास वाले फैशन और एम्पोरियम से ही कपड़ों की शॉपिंग करें और फिर एम्पायर फुटवेयर नाम तो सुना होगा अपना स्टाइलिश चश्मा बगल वाले हेवन आई ऑप्टिशियन से ही लेना। सिद्धि विनायक इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स से लेटेस्ट स्मार्टफोन खरीद कर धमाकेदार सेल्फी पोस्ट करना।
क्या कर रहे हो? मीठा लाए कि नहीं?
लाया हो ना यार, अपने पास वाले रोशन किराना से। आप भी अपना मीठा वहीं से लेना।
We used machine learning to recreate Shah Rukh Khan's face and voice to take the local store names in the ads.
इस दिवाली आप भी ना अपने पास वाली चॉइस ऑफ फैशन से ही कपड़ों की शॉपिंग करना। पास वाले आजकल फैशन से ही, रॉयल फैशन से ही, इनके क्लॉथ्स से ही, पास वाली लक्ष्मी कलेक्शन से ही कपड़ों की शॉपिंग करना। इस दिवाली आप भी ना अपने पास
Different versions of the same ad with local store names were targeted as per the PIN code of the viewer, showing them only the nearby stores. But it is impossible to cover all the stores. So we gave the power to the people to create their own version of not just a Cadbury ad. Any small business owner could promote their stores through their own social media networks like WhatsApp forwards and other social media pages.
हमारे आसपास की जो दुकानें हैं उनकी दिवाली भी तो मीठी होनी चाहिए।
Cadbury celebrations, not just a Cadbury ad.
Apart from the fact that every store owner was thrilled to see Shah Rukh Khan promote their store, we covered over 500 pin codes and 2,500 plus stores through the ad alone. Moreover, a whopping 130,000 plus ads were created by the users themselves. The campaign set towering benchmarks for all our clients across CPG. This also led to a spectacular rescue for our business as we sold 33 million packs, giving us
Last
a
1 minute.
25% revenue jump. Oh, and we did this and garnered free PR worth $6 million. We were happy to contribute in a small way, as the All India Traders Confederation clocked a 74% increase in Diwali sales, the highest ever in a decade. The campaign also won 100 plus awards globally, 8 Grand Prix, and India's first ever titanium at Cannes, and went on to also inspire a few brands along the way. We went in this campaign to win smiles. We won hearts instead. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving to the next presentation. The entry ID is 2069 and the brand is Boost. Over to presenter.
Yes, hello. Can you guys hear me? I'll just present my screen.
Yeah.
Let me know once you're ready.
Yes, can you guys see my screen?
But yes, but it's not full screen.
Yeah, I'm just doing full screen. All right, good to go. I'm good to go.
I think you have bad network. I think
Can you see?
we cannot see. It's just blank screen. Black
Yeah,
screen.
it is a black screen.
Okay. Good to go. Then. Your time starts now. All the best.
Hello, Judy. I'm Shubham, and I'm here to present the case of Boost's Game Stamina Ka. In India, we have a classic saying, "जो दिखता है, वही बिकता है." And India में अगर शाहरुख खान से भी ज़्यादा कुछ बिक सकता है, तो वो है cricket. From our Netflix screens to our nookers, cricket in India is literally omnipresent. It's an everyday affair. I mean, any of us, if you want to know anything happening in the world of Indian cricket, all we need to do is simply a Google search, right? I mean, why don't we try that out? Let's go to Google and do a very generic search of Indian cricketers. And what do we get? We get to see some live match updates. We get to see some Wikipedia snippets, some news. All right, we can scroll down. We get to see some other accounts of the Indian men's team. Let's go to the second page. Some more photos of India's current and ex-cricketers. Some Instagram and social handles of cricket associations. On to the third page. Well, did you notice something at this point? none of the search results so far talk about India's women cricketers, who also happen to be currently playing a World Cup, right? And this problem is not just with Google. We tried the same search on a YouTube, on an Instagram, and we also asked the modern evolved ChatGPT that if they know, who do they answer when we ask for Indian cricketers. And the stark reality is that 3 out of 100 plus search results across these 4 platforms reflected women cricketers. Why this discrimination? Why is it that India's women cricketers barely get any visibility compared to our obsession with men's cricket? The problem is deep-rooted. Culturally, structurally, and because of our unending systematic failures, cricket's gender disparity ensures that 40% of young girls who are playing cricket drop out of the sport in their teenage years. Why? Because we keep alienating girls from cricket. Even when time and again, our women heroes have proven that they are as good or sometimes even better than the men cricketers. Yet, all of us, every institution, every individual in this country is to be blamed for the discrimination and lack of representation for women's cricket. My brand Boost too has been a culprit of sorts in this regard. Even though 38% of young girls, even though young girls make up for 38% of all our consumers, our iconic mainline communication, Boost is the secret of my energy, has always been established via men cricketers. In 2020, when the brand wanted to increase category penetration, and which was already a leader in the south of India, we decided to tap onto the unexplored markets of north and west of India. At this point, we realized that our highly gendered narrative was a big problem for us, as this had very little relevance for young girls who are interested in the sport or are playing the sport. It was time for us to make a change. It was time for us to show the cricketing world कि game लड़के लड़कियों का नहीं, game stamina का होता है. But Judy, in all honesty, to be able to strengthen the relevance of Boost stamina messaging, we had to first understand the spaces where young girls were actually having some fun. They are having fun with short video apps or social media, where they're able to express themselves, challenge status quos, and experiment through AR, VR, and other immersive experiences. And not just that, data also shows that Indian kids have one main reason to be on the internet, and that is gaming. In these virtual worlds, kids today are forming their ideas of the future. They are forging new friendships, and they are building truly inclusive communities of the future. So it was a no-brainer for us. That's where Boost launched Game Stamina Cup, our movement against cricket's gender norms. Let me give you a glimpse of how we brought the movement alive across touchpoints.
Boost noticed that India's crazy fanfare for men's cricket didn't even exist when it comes to women's cricket. It was time to challenge the status quo and let our women champion the stamina narrative. To inspire the next generation of women cricketers, we kicked off the Game Stamina Car movement. Realizing our desired TG is either gaming on their phone or spending the rest of their time on social media. During the Women's World Cup 2022, Boost partnered with World Cricket Championship 3 to introduce the first ever women-centric gameplay in the world of cricket, where gamers played as the Indian women's team against any international men's team.
Never gonna stop.
Also, a real-time meter measured the player's stamina and gave the gamers a special ability to boost it too. To no one's surprise, the gaming community was blown away on India's biggest short video apps, Instagram Reels and MX Taka Tak. We harnessed the power of augmented reality to help Indian women showcase their cricketing prowess. The stamina movement was led by the likes of Smriti Mandhana, Shefali Verma and Jemima Rodrigues, who inspired thousands of young women.
Never gonna stop.
But not just on social, we activated the movement at India's flagship Women's T20 tournament. cricket. We measured each player's stamina score in real time and celebrated standout performers as the Boost Stamina Star of the match. From gaming to on-ground to social media, cricket is no more just a gentleman's game. It's the game of stamina.
Amongst all the results for the campaign, what really mattered that 56% of our audience resonated with our messaging.
Last 30 seconds.
To an unprecedented 4x increase in female registrations on WCC3 for the first time ever, and over 25,000 plus UGC videos on social media. But Judy, true change will only start when all of us take an onus of generating fandom for women's cricket. So for starters, today, let's cancel some of those evening appointments and cheer for our women when they take on Australia in the World Cup semi-final starting 6:30 p.m. Let's go support them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go to the next presentation. The entry ID is 2076 and the brand is Netflix India. Over to presenter.
Hi, can you see my screen?
Yes, Ashwin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I start?
Yes, your time starts now. All the best.
Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Ashwin Salyal, and I'm here to present the case study of Quota Factory, Life Out of Syllabus. More students died by suicide than farmers in 2020. Yet, while farmer suicides are widely recognized as a crisis in India, student suicides are increasingly swept under the rug. Primary reasons for these suicides are forced career choices, cutthroat competition for seats, family problems, love failures, and financial problems. Academic pressure takes a heavy toll on students' mental health. When conversations around students' mental health were not yet mainstream, Quota Factory highlighted the challenges faced by students in India's highly competitive education system, particularly in the field of engineering and medical entrance exams. Season 1 of Quota Factory aired on TVF Play and YouTube. But in 2021, capitalizing on the popularity of the show and anticipation around the launch of its second season, Netflix decided to launch the show on its platform. Hence, the media objective for us was establish Netflix as the new destination for Quota Factory, create conversations to attract new audiences. While the earlier audience of Quota Factory comprised of young adults, we decided to take the show to a broader TG due to its universal themes that could get wider appeal. Through the show, we wanted to spark conversations around the flaws in the education system, the pressure-filled lives of students, and their mental health, but without being too preachy. Taking a cue from the subject matter of the show, we crafted the insight. Life के एग्जाम में हर किसी का क्वेश्चन पेपर अलग होता है. In life's exam, everyone's question paper is a little different. जैसे लाइफ के एग्जाम में सबका क्वेश्चन पेपर अलग होता है, वैसे ही एक मीडिया प्लानर के लाइफ में हर एक कैंपेन के चैलेंजेस भी अलग होते हैं. Therefore, a one-size-fits-all media approach does not work. To create conversations and attract new audiences to Netflix, we had to make out-of-syllabus choices in terms of platforms, content, and creatives. We chose to run a campaign on social, Quora, YouTube, Twitter, and Hotstar. Let us see how we did this through an AV.
According to an ICMR report, 12 to 13% of Indian students suffer from mental health issues, a predominant cause of which is academic pressure. The pressure of constantly rising benchmarks of academic superiority pushes young, impressionable minds into the dark abyss of self-doubt, dissatisfaction, and guilt. Quota is one such place where thousands of students prepare for the highly competitive IIT entrance exams. Quota Factory follows the life of Vaibhav and his struggles to get into IIT. Season 1 of the show was released on TVF and YouTube and was highly appreciated, getting a rating of 9.2 on IMDb. In 2021, Netflix was launching the second season of the show on its platform. However, Netflix decided to treat this difficult subject with some empathy. While coaching classes taught them math lessons, no one taught them life lessons, except Jeetu Bhaiya. In life's exam, everyone's question paper is a little different. With this consumer insight, we designed an out-of-syllabus media strategy to market the second season of Quota Factory. The task was cut out into two. Task 1. Establish Netflix as the new destination for Quota Factory. Task 2. create conversations around key characters and plot to attract new trialists for Netflix. Chapter 1. Build anticipation. We kickstarted the promotions with Jeetu Bhaiya addressing the audience's most asked question.
जीतू भैया कोटा फैक्ट्री का सीजन 2 कब आएगा?
In an interesting YouTube pre-roll. With Indians glued to their mobile phones during the IPL, we had to make our presence felt. Through 2 brand films, we made the show's protagonists chalk out fun analogies and drew a parallel between IPL and IIT entrance exam preparations in a light-hearted, quirky manner.
3 घंटे का मैच, 3 घंटे का एग्जाम, एक में कट ऑफ, एक में प्ले ऑफ, सेम टू सेम एकदम.
Chapter 2. Create conversations. With the plot of Quota Factory revolving around engineers, we leveraged Engineers Day and collaborated with 30 real-life engineers turned influencers who shared black and white selfies on Instagram and Facebook along with their life lessons and struggles of their engineering life. To give people a taste of Jeetu Bhaiya's on-screen persona off-screen, we turned to Twitter to start a conversation. It all started with a single tweet from Netflix India handle. If you had a chance to ask Jeetu Bhaiya for advice, what would you ask? This sparked a tweet fest. People's questions were met with responses in the character's quintessential style. And soon, hashtag Jeetu Bhaiya OP was trending at number 1 within minutes across the country. Chapter 3. Drive engagement. To amplify this further, we leveraged Quora in the most unique format, answering some of the most popular questions regarding IIT preparations through quirky answers written from the perspective of Jeetu Bhaiya. We widely distributed these answers to our target audience through the Promoted Answers feature on Quora, making it one of the most engaging pegs of our overall out-of-syllabus strategy. The activation made the Netflix India page the most viewed writer across popular IIT and JEE related topics on the platform. We extended our campaign further with snackable content on YouTube, Instagram and Facebook highlighting the facet of the character through Jeetu Bhaiya Ke Fun Day. And the overall results were phenomenal. The show became the most watched Indian series on Netflix India and was trending in the top 10 for 5 to 6 weeks. MAUs increased by 13% during the campaign period. The campaign led to a 6-time increase in Netflix Quota Factory Association compared to YouTube. The show won several awards, including the Best Web Series Award at the Filmfare OTT Awards. We took the audience on a fun and heartwarming journey, making our campaign hard to miss in the streaming space.
How did the campaign achieve its goal? We successfully established Netflix as the new destination for Quota Factory through our campaign Driving Growth. We elevated some of the stress associated with competitive exams through our quirky, light-hearted takes on Quora and Twitter. And we created much-needed conversations around mental health through our out-of-syllabus philosophy. Thank you, judges and Ad Club.
Thank you, Ashwin. Smita, you can cover the next present.
Next presentation, the entry ID is 2097 and the brand is Sunlight.
Hi, please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, but not the full screen.
Just a second. Is it okay now?
Yes. Let me know if you're ready.
I am, yeah.
Yeah. You can start. Your time starts. All the best.
Thank you.
Is there any video? Are you playing the video?
There is an audio playing.
No, we cannot hear. You can reshare it with sound.
Sure, 1 second.
Ready?
Is my screen visible now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
Go ahead. Your time starts. No, audio is not still not coming. Can you just, while sharing, you'll get the option to share the screen, right? There itself, you'll have an option to share sound as well.
I did, but let me just try again. 1 second.
Yeah.
Let's try this one more time. Okay.
Go ahead.
Jury, were you able to recognize that sound? Have you ever heard it before? Most likely you wouldn't have. That was the sound of a hand loom, and it was fading away slowly. Good afternoon, jury members. I'm here to present a case that helped revive a dying art, one that is deeply rooted in the humble villages of West Bengal. The state gave us the nation's greatest poet, so I would like to take this opportunity to begin this presentation with a short poem. In West Bengal's weaving towns, hand looms once clacked with rhythmic sounds. Weavers sat at hours for end. Silken threads they deftly blend. The weaver's plight became a sad tale. During COVID, demand began to fail. Power looms, designer labels, and cheap imports from foreign shores displaced hand looms, closing many doors. But this story is not just about woe. It's about resilience and hope that would flow. Sunlight, a 100-year-old detergent brand from the house of Unilever, reigns the markets of West Bengal with over 60% sales coming in from the state. The brand's purpose is to enable people to bring back colors in their lives, and it depicts its communication through colorful saris. So when the handloom weavers of West Bengal, a very crucial part of the cultural heritage, were facing an existential crisis, Sunlight used its might to bring about a change and get colors back into their lives. But the burning question was, how do we jog an entire state's memory about a forgotten piece of their culture? From this question emerged Sunlight Taterong, a campaign that connected these traditional weavers with the rest of West Bengal. Across the fashion industry, we noticed that these masterpieces that weavers created always came with a designer's label. We decided to create something that would change this $223 billion fashion industry for good. A 360-degree execution plan was created, and the aim over here was to reach and impact maximum people. Every medium was strategically picked, keeping the media consumption of this audience in mind. The aim was to deliver the message in a way that would bridge the distance between the weavers and the people. Let's take a look at how that unfolded.
The 6 yards of an Indian sari signify pride and tradition for every woman. These iconic hand-woven saris from West Bengal take days to be stitched by a weaver and are sold globally at exorbitant prices by designer fashion labels. And as fashion culture dictates, the value a piece of clothing holds depends on the name the label carries. Labels have become so important in our culture that people now buy certain apparel just because of the label. Branding is now an entire industry, and labels are one of the basic branding tools. The real artists, the handloom weavers, are left with poor wages and no credit for their work, since they are at the bottom of the pyramid. Having an already low monthly income, it was reduced to a mere 2,000 rupees due to power looms and COVID. These weavers were facing extreme poverty and an entire generation that wants to let go of this artistry. Sunlight, a regional detergent brand with color guard technology, depicts its communication through colorful saris. With the brand purpose of enabling people to bring colors back into their lives, the largest shopping festival, Pujo, became the backdrop to revive the community of weavers. And with a clarion call was born, Sunlight Tatir Rong, an initiative to bring colors back into the lives of these weavers by placing them at the center of the fashion industry. We chose the smallest yet the most powerful tool of the fashion world to carry the mighty message, the clothing label. Partnering with ace designer Poruma Ghosh, for the first time in Indian fashion history, weavers' names were not only mentioned but preceded that of the designer on the sari label. Stitched on thousands of saris and sold on the designer's e-com site and became every weaver's social identity. The campaign was launched on TV and YouTube. What followed was monumental. Iconic women adorned the collection, including a national superstar. The Sunlight Pack became a window for the weavers to showcase their designs to 30 million households. Every media activation helped the weaver bring colors back into their lives. The weaver grew as the brand did. Weavers saw an increase in their monthly income by 7 times. The initiative weaved a brighter future for the weaving community in West Bengal. The 6 yards of an Indian
Sunlight Taterong became a platform for people to engage with the cause and participate in it. The brand film exposed the cause to the audience, while the shoppable plugs led them to the microsite to bring about a change. The microsite in itself showed the stories of these weavers, and people could buy saris from there. Regional influencers spoke about the campaign on Instagram and platform, further spreading
Last
awareness.
minute.
The voice activation in the radio spot and the on-pack activation led people to the microsite. Apart from receiving recognition at national as well as global platforms, including a shortlist at the Cannes Festival, the real metric of success was beyond Excel sheets and reports. It enabled people of West Bengal to bring back colors in the lives of many weavers, one weave at a time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, moving to the next presentation. The entry ID is 2088 and the brand is Sprite. Over to presenter.
Yeah, Smita, just give us like
Just a minute,
exactly
Smita.
10 seconds.
Sure, no problem.
No problem.
Can you see the screen?
Yes.
You can see the notes also.
Oh, yes, we can see the notes as well.
Just a moment, please. You can still see the notes?
Yes.
Yes.
Presenter.
Acha, 1 second. Sorry.
No problem.
Stay with us. Can you see full screen? Wait, 1%, please. Can you see full screen?
No.
Hello?
No, full screen is not.
1 second. I think this. Sorry, just bear with us. Sorry. I think there's some issue with
No
the.
problem.
No. Can you see it now?
No.
Still not the full screen.
Why is this happening?
Yeah, now it's
It's fine.
Are the notes back on or is
No.
only the full screen?
again notes are back.
We're just sharing, and I don't know what's happening this time because we're just sharing.
Shall I guide you? So what you do while you're sharing the screen, go to the advanced option.
Yeah.
There the first option will be selected pointers view.
Sorry, it's not there. PowerPoint is a portion of screen.
No, I think because we did it yesterday, we did it exactly. We only shared the screen that we are supposed to present and it worked perfectly fine.
But it doesn't happen on Zoom like that. You must have shared it on Teams. On Zoom, you have to select the portion of the screen that you actually want to be showcased.
Okay, let me try that again. What is wrong? Can someone go before us? We'll go after that. So till the time we figure out.
Okay,
no
no
issues.
issues.
Yeah. By the time we will go ahead with the next.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
Problem. So the next presenter is entry ID is 2077. The brand is Cadbury Perk.
Hi, just checking few things. Am I audible and my video is and am I visible?
Yes.
Yeah, I would just go and present my screen. Let me know once a portion of my screen is also visible to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, now the full screen.
Yes.
Correct.
Now is the full screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Do let me know if I can start.
Yes, you can start. Your time starts. All the best.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Rupesh Shah, and I'm here to present to you how Perk won the hearts of the youth of West Bengal. Cadbury Perk is a chocolate wafer biscuit marketed as a light and refreshing eat primarily by youth. The coated wafer biscuit segment is one of the most fiercely competed segment as Perk faces stiff competition from global players like Nestle and local players like Priya Gold Snacker, which offers a value for money proposition. West Bengal is one of the important priority market, but lately competition brand had dominance through threatening Perk supremacy. To keep competition at bay, Perk needed to reinforce brand love amongst youth. Our brand ambassador Alia Bhatt was popular in West Bengal, but we realized she alone was probably not enough to drive relevance among the Bengali youth. As a first step, we needed to localize our brand for West Bengal. A nuanced version of the proposition was launched. Chap khabo na, perk khabo, which loosely translated to take it light with perk. A deeper understanding of the lives of average Bengali revealed that the road is full of pitfalls for those who get stressed easily. And past 2 years have given the youth enough reasons to be stressed out. We also realized that chap is not the same for everyone. Some get stressed at the most absurd or illogical reasons, while for some it takes a natural calamity like even an earthquake to feel stressed out. Thus, we launched Perk Chapless Champion, a statewide reality show to finding the attitude that represents the spirit of take it light in the face of a most pressing challenge. The winner would walk away with 5 lakh rupees in cash and a chance to win and a chance to work with Mirchi Bangla, a top entertainment network in West Bengal. The winners would be decided on the basis of a set criteria very different to what we see in a usual reality show. Art of handling pressure, quirkiness, spontaneity, and of course, sense of humor. We onboarded one of the biggest celebrity entertainers in West Bengal, RJ Mir, to host Perk Chapless Champion. Chapless Champion was launched with a Chapless Manifesto, introduced in the form of an anthem. The manifesto was released on YouTube and popular music platform that gained millions of views within weeks of release. To drive awareness about the reality show and drive participation, 3 videos were deployed on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Typical reality show style auditions were also held in top towns of West Bengal. 1,000+ people auditioned for the same. Post an initial round of screening, shortlisted enter a grilling round by jury. Finally, 3 Chapless contestants were chosen who went on to participate in a reality show with celebrity judges and popular RJs. Finalists went through 2 rounds and responded to hypothetical chap situations, and they were scored basis the responses. The winner, Riya Chakraborty, was awarded the grand prize of 5 lakh rupees and was given the opportunity to work with Radio Mirchi as committed. The finale episode of 42 minutes was available on YouTube and Hoishoi and garnered more than 2 million views. Let me take you through the campaign AV to get a glimpse of what the Bengal people witnessed. Is the audio available?
No, audio is not coming.
No, there's no audio.
Please pause. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah. I paused your timer. Don't worry. Just
sure. Just give me 1 second. I am doing the same.
Yeah.
Was the audio visible?
Yes.
Yeah, I will replay the same. Hope that's fine.
Okay. No problem.
চাপ খাবো না, পার্ক খাবো।
ভালো করে শুধু নিজের কাজটা করে গেলেই চাপলেস থাকা যায় না, আমি সেটাই বিশ্বাস করি। আর চাপলেস হলে তবেই চ্যাম্পিয়ন। সেই রকম আরেক চ্যাম্পিয়নকে খুঁজছে ক্যাডবেরি পার্ক।
শোনো।
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
সারাদিন ক্যান্টিনে পড়ে থাকো কেন তুমি?
স্যার, যাতে আমাকে খুঁজে পেতে আপনার কোনো অসুবিধা না হয়।
এই তো চ্যাম্পিয়ন। চাপ নেয় না যে, নমিনেট করো তাকে। ক্যাডবেরি পার্ক চাপলেস চ্যাম্পিয়ন। জিতলে থাকছে 5 লক্ষ টাকার পুরস্কার আর রেডিও মির্চির সাথে যুক্ত হওয়ার সুযোগ।
চাপ খাবো না, পার্ক খাবো। চাপ খাবো না, পার্ক খাবো।
The campaign also did wonders for their brand, as Perk clocked a massive 50% increase in sales and outperformed all India growth by 4 percentage points. With Perk Chapless Champion, we didn't just get a Bengali celebrity, but we gave a Bengali celebrity back to the people of West Bengal. We didn't just buy sponsorship for a regional show, but we created a permanent IP for the show. Hence, Chap Khabo na, Perk Khabo with Perk Chapless Champion. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The Sprite team is ready?
Yes, we are. Yeah.
Okay. So going to the next, the entry is 2088. The brand is Sprite. Over to the presenter.
So is it fine this time?
No, not the full screen.
What station?
Yeah.
laptop से कर don't go to the presenter view because again we can start seeing your notes.
Okay. I don't know what the issue is. Maybe it's an issue with one of.
This works without the presenter view. This works. Now we can see the screen very clearly.
Yeah, but just that our notes. Just take a yeah, okay. Just give us a minute, please. Like, yeah. Is it okay now? Full screen is there, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, we are good to start then. Okay. Wait. Let us know when to start, Smita.
You can start.
You
Your
can
time
start.
starts.
Okay.
All the best.
We were just discussing कि Emvies में थोड़ी बसर तो होती है, particularly with text, so thunderer, right? And with that, let me say hello to Anger, the little red fellow who actually follows us everywhere like a chip on your shoulder or like your 4G network, right? But today's journey is all about breaking that red haze and getting to cool greens. Confused? Well, don't worry, just stay calm. Just 1 second. It's not changing the music. Just 1 second. I'm so sorry about that.
No worries. I have paused your time.
Can we just do a different laptop, please? It's turning out to be a problem.
I'm sorry, we'll have to.
We seem to be having a massive technical issue.
Yeah, I think our
not a small
laptop is a problem. Smita, I'm sorry. Can we go like last in the group or something like that till we figure out?
I apologize for the inconvenience.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, no
you can
problem.
go later. We'll call out your name at the end.
Okay, then the next presentation, the entry ID is 2071 and the brand is Brew. Over to the presenter.
Hi guys, just give me 1 second. I'll be presenting my screen.
Sure.
Okay, are you able to see my presentation?
Yes.
Okay, great. So whenever you're ready, I'm ready.
Yeah, go ahead. Your time starts now. All the best.
Okay, thanks. Good afternoon, jury. Today, I'll take you through the journey of a central figure in my life. This is my mother, Sharda, at the age of 21. Fresh out of college, she moved to Bangalore to study further. Just look at her in this picture. She has the whole world laid out in front of her. As far as one can go back in time, she's always wanted to be a professor of language. And from being forced to drop out in 6th grade to going back to school, getting a BA, getting a B.Ed, she beat all the odds and her career plan was set. Her story had just begun. But somewhere in the middle of all this, she met my handsome dad and a love story blossomed. 1995, at the age of 26, full of renewed dreams, she got married, a turning point in her life. Cut to a few years later, I'm a part of her story too now. She'd left her job by now as a teacher and would spend hours making me study or taking care of my needs or just entertain herself with my face as the palette. She'd stood by my father while he opened a business, supporting him through his long hours, his frustrations, his dreams, a supporting pillar in every moment. But did you realize something? This was her story, and somewhere in her own story, she became a supporting character. Think of the woman in your life. Does this sound familiar? My mother took a step back to support me and my father, but in the process, our success became her identity, quite literally. But in an alternate universe, say my father had stepped in and supported her a bit more, could she have also been at par with him today career-wise? If some roles were shared, some responsibilities equated, and some more understanding than what my mother is used to, would I today be looking at Dr. Sharda? The simple answer is yes. Between 1995 and today, my mother went through the exact same journey that millions of Indian women go through in a marriage. And as one of the leading coffee brands in India, Brew has always celebrated the unique moments in the journey of a married couple by owning the messaging of happiness starts with Brew. However, in Brew's key market of Tamil Nadu, women resonate with my mother's story. In their deeply patriarchal society, women are often expected to live in their husband's shadow. There is a blatant lack of appreciation for carrying the burden of family or household duties, with usually not even a single helping hand in sight. In simple words, women are not even seen as equals by their own partners. And this issue spills over to media representation as well. Because most FMCG brands, including Brew, have reinforced this bias in the past, starting from very simple things like the woman serving the food or coffee all the time. But change, of course, starts from within. So as the market leader, Brew took a stand to empower married women. It took an active step to change its advertising by making the male protagonist brew a cup of coffee for his wife. But is that actually enough? We knew that we had to capture multiple touch points beyond our 30-seconders in traditional advertising to bring about effective change through constant repetition. It was clear that from career to household, from family to pursuing own interests, a woman's expectation out of her husband is simple, unwavering support. But we realized that this is crucial to be established in the first few years of marriage itself. The formative years, as we like to call it, sets the tone for the rest of the marriage. So how could Brew tackle this issue by speaking to the right audience at the right time? Presenting Anandam Arambam, the first ever branded fictional Tamil micro series where we took the audience through the journey of the first year of marriage, all the way from the proposal to the first anniversary. To reach Brew's TG of women between 22 to 40, we partnered with India's leading OTT platform, Disney Plus Hotstar. As over 15 million women from Tamil Nadu alone consume catch-up TV every day on Hotstar. Keeping this in mind, we created 8 micro episodes that were strategically placed in catch-up TV segments, where we captured the wholesome moments of Ram and Ranjani, our young Brew couple, all made better with a cup of coffee. Ranjani's every small interest or insecurity, conflict, happy moments had Ram's unwavering support. These beautiful moments were also captured in a music video which was taken across YouTube, audio OTTs, and leading music channels of Tamil Nadu. But we didn't stop there. To ensure that our audience engaged with our messaging firsthand, we also created an interactive WhatsApp chatbot that was connected to the show CTA. So through this, our protagonist Ram answered queries and shared advice for husbands to be more present with their partners. We leveraged multiple platforms to create a seamless journey, all the way starting from OTTs to chatbot to e-com. Let's have a look at how Brew redefined the ideal Tamil husband.
Anandam Arambam. The happy beginnings of a new age couple, a supportive husband, Ram, and his modern wife, Ranjani, capturing 8 micro moments of their journey from confessing love to starting a new life to celebrating 365 days together, all over a cup of brew. While the show engaged viewers, we turned our protagonist Ram into a WhatsApp chatbot, a friend for real-life couples, asking them relevant questions and stitching their Brew love notes that encouraged husbands to support their better halves. This is how it panned out. As Tamil Nadu were reminded again, happiness starts with a cup of brew.
Using the reach of OTT and the power of tech, we garnered massive traction in the Tamil market. The campaign resulted in a significant increase in top-of-mind awareness and consideration and aided in first-party data collection. And we have continued to win across multiple Indian media awards. And not only this campaign has resonated with women who wanted to be seen and heard and represented, but also with men. And for a brand that has always stood for happiness starts with Brew, we showed that in a successful marriage, happiness actually starts with 2. Thank you. And season 2 is coming out, so do not miss it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Hi, this is the Sprite team. Can we try once, if that's okay?
Sure.
Thank you so much.
So now you're presenting 2088.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Best.
Can you see the screen, please?
We can see the screen, but it's not the full screen.
Like X with the presenter view or?
Now the presenter view.
Okay.
Is it fine now?
The blank screen here.
Blank screen is there.
Just a moment, it seems.
You can see.
Still the blank screen. Black screen is.
Okay.
So we have 10 more presentations on this particular category. So we'll call out after all these done. You can sort it out.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
we'll do that.
Yeah.
So sorry for it.
No problem. Take your time.
Okay, so the next presentation, entry ID is 2093 and the brand is Netflix India. Over to the presenter.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. 1 second. Yeah. Hi, my name is Pranjali Singh and I'm here to take you through Navrasa, 9 days, 9 emotions. Tamil film industry is one of the biggest movie industries in India. During COVID-19 lockdown, since everything was shut, there was no shooting taking place for months together. Lakhs of crew members were dependent on film industry for their living. They were worst affected due to COVID-19 lockdown pandemic situation. In order to help these daily wage workers and other members from Film Employees Federation of South India, industry's finest talent came together to generate funds for them. Mani Ratnam, who brought together over 45 leading names in the industry, including cast, producers, directors, and technical crew, to conceive a project called as Navrasa. The best of the industry had worked pro bono, making this project a landmark for Tamil industry. Netflix rallied in the noble cause to save the Tamil industry from such tough times. With the launch of Navrasa, Netflix made an audacious move to make their presence felt in South market. We had to appeal to Tamil audience in and outside Tamil market to communicate the grandness of this anthology of 9 emotions. Hence, the task for us was to reach out to people to join in the cause, to make larger than life activity through media campaign, and to ensure that this is a successful movie on Netflix. Navrasa translates to 9 emotions, which are fundamental in all performing arts. It was an anthology with 9 episodes, where each episode represents a different emotion. At any given point in time, we humans are going through any of these emotions. One tends to resonate things from the universe that resonate with your emotion at that time. And we choose to select that particular emotion and thing at that time. To bring these emotions to life, we chose a multi-platform strategy where we could create buzz and anticipation amongst fans. We chose 9 days, 9 emotions as the theme of our campaign and dialed 1 emotion per day across mediums. We used YouTube due to its wide reach and popularity. We leveraged Twitter to drive conversations. We used Instagram to reach out to our audience due to its relevance and connect with youth. We used Glance due to its wide reach in Tamil market. We leveraged memes riding on the topicality of the show. Let me take you through AV to showcase what we did.
South Indian cinema halls have always been a microcosm of emotions, where the audience sheds tears with the characters, laughs at the antics of the comedian, cheers when the hero sucker punches a bad guy, and dances unabashedly to an item song. They love their superstars and resonate with every emotion displayed on the screen, big or small. And Netflix had created just the right Tamil series that captured every emotion ever felt by an audience member. Navrasa, meaning 9 emotions, a one-of-its-kind anthology series, also featured hugely popular actors from Collywood. To ensure that regional movie lovers didn't miss out on this mega series, we had to do the following. Increase awareness around the Tamil content available on Netflix, build excitement for the series, and drive conversations around the title. To capture the hearts and minds of our target audience, we knew that we had to speak their language. The language of emotions. We fleshed out a multimedia campaign strategy that would capture the true essence of the series. And to do so, we created a 9-day run-up to the series launch, with each day dedicated to a different emotion. By unifying a message and creating a cohesive emotional theme, we aim to cut through the noise and make a powerful impact on our audience. To announce the arrival of this anthology to the world, we chose the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa. It helped captivate not only the Indian OTT audience but also got us the attention of the larger Tamil diaspora settled in the Middle East. A partnership with 9 of the biggest Tamil YouTube influencers helped start a conversation around the title and its unique premise. Each influencer was assigned an emotion that aligned with their online persona. A musical celebration centered around the 9 different emotions saw Twitteratis and Collywood fans bearing their moods and souls on an exclusive Twitter Live events page. A branded emoji was created to encourage Twitter users to participate in discussions. In addition, we created an AR filter that showcased the name of an emotion, inviting users to capture a picture while displaying the corresponding expression, resulting in an entertaining and enjoyable experience. Capitalizing on the popularity of glance in Tamil Nadu, we delivered 9 emotions dynamically to the mobile screens of the target audience. We also partnered with more than 200 profiles to generate captivating content through memes, resulting in 500 pieces of unique original material. The results from this emotion-packed campaign left us feeling wonderful. Navrasa made it to the top 10 on Netflix in 10 countries, including India, Singapore, Malaysia, and UAE. The campaign resulted in a 2-fold increase in Netflix brand keyword searches, with over 2 million searches specifically related to Navrasa. Netflix MAUs saw a 150% increase. The Navrasa 9 Days 9 Emotions campaign not only captured the interest of audiences in India and beyond, but also provided relief for 12,000 film industry workers impacted by
30
COVID,
seconds.
aiding in the industry's revival.
And that's how we pulled off a campaign with execution excellence by showcasing 1 emotion each day across platforms for 9 consecutive days. Thank you, judges. Thank you, Ad Club.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next
Smita, you can
presentation.
announce.
Yeah, hi. Am I audible?
Yes.
The entry ID is 2042 and the brand is Oreo. Over
Yeah.
to the presenter.
Yeah, 1 second. I'll just set up the screen.
Sure.
Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm good.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Your time starts now. All the best.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rachna Maitre, here to present a case study on how Oreo help parents reconnect with their kids in this new normal world. Well, I can't believe this is like the second year where we are connecting virtually for this event, and this is almost like becoming a norm. Extremely sorry, there's some problem. The slide is not moving ahead.
Oh, don't worry, I have paused your timer.
Sorry.
Just
Can I yeah. Can I start again if that's okay?
yeah, sure, no problem.
Sure. Okay.
Your time starts now. All the
Thank
best.
you. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Again, I'm Rachna, here to present a case study on how Oreo help parents reconnect with their kids in this new normal world. Well, I can't believe this is like the second year where we are connecting virtually for this event, and this is almost becoming like a norm. I can't help but remember my first presentation at Emvies in the year 2014, where my nervousness had no boundaries and almost 100 people in the audience were paying attention to my presentation. There was so much of interaction, laughter, shout outs, and there were reactions on people's faces. And that was the magic of personal attention. And the place where we need this the most is with our family, right? The playfulness, the teasing, watching a movie together, playing Ludo or Scrabble, where the whole family used to come together and spend playful time. But in this so-called hybrid world, device addiction has alienated the parents from engaging in physical activities with their kids. The same can be seen in all other aspects of our lives which have evolved too, such as dance classes, schools, office meetings, or connecting with our parents. Everything can be virtual now. In a world where personal devices are making us disconnected and seriousness of adulthood is draining the fun out of everything, Oreo, a global brand with 100+ years of legacy of sparking playfulness and connecting families together, decided to step in, helping families to reconnect and have bonding moments together. Oreo wanted to elevate the stay playful narrative and translate its purpose into action with its all-new #SayItWithOreo campaign. The core purpose of the campaign was to encourage disconnect to connect playfully with loved ones in a busy and device-dependent world. Our task for media was to think of innovative use of tech and digital ecosystem to bring this idea to life and turn every digital interaction into a playful intervention. We nudged the parents and turned every digital engagement, such as scrolling through Facebook, Insta, YouTube, or any blog they are reading, into an opportunity to be playful and connect with their kids. But all this within digital environment itself. To stay playful in this new normal world, the brand itself transformed its actual cookies into virtual avatar. Oreo launched alphabet embossed scannable cookies, nudging its audiences to scan, play, and repeat. We manifested our ideas across multiple touchpoints within digital, telco, social, YouTube, news app, etc., to turn every interaction into playful interventions. We flipped the regular and mundane news articles into playful pieces of content on InShots, TOI, and across Google Display Network. We partnered with telco giants like Jio and Paytm to create an engaging game, letting parents and kids create word puzzles with Oreo cookie and enabling them to say it with Oreo. We leveraged tech in a manner that recreated physical cookies for people to experience the cookie and inspire the playfulness around it. We created a website, oreoplay.in, featuring multiple games for people to engage with. Let me bring the campaign alive for you through this AV.
Oreo, a true global brand with 100+ years of legacy, has always stood for the power of playful spirit to bring people together. In a world where personal devices are making us increasingly disconnected, Oreo wanted to trigger playfulness and spark joyful connections. In constant quest to find innovative ways to communicate and have fun, we launched our alphabet embossed cookies, encouraging consumers to take time out and indulge in quality playful time. This experience was unlocked by simply scanning an Oreo cookie. With the #SayItWithOreo campaign, Oreo elevated stay playful narrative and translated its purpose into action, merging tech and creativity into playful experiences, not just while consuming the cookie, but also otherwise on the digital ecosystem. Our idea was simple, yet effective. We turned every digital interaction into playful interventions. We flipped the regular news articles into playful pieces of content on InShots, TOI, and similar apps, where articles would change on its own into playful content. We also partnered with telco giant Jio and created an engaging game replicating embossed cookies into digital avatars, enabling users to create word puzzles with Oreo cookie. We also tied this back to gratification, thus collecting first-party data of consumers and leading them to sales. The website OreoPlay.in featured multiple games for people to engage with and stay playful. Overall, we manifested this idea and covered telco, social, YouTube, OTT, gaming, news apps, etc. to turn every interaction into playful interventions, staying true to the spirit of the brand of sparking playfulness. Post Say It with Oreo campaign, Oreo saw a significant inflection in household penetration for the year. With a plus 0.5% scale up, we achieved the highest ever quarter for Oreo volumes. The campaign garnered a whopping 1.7 billion impressions, 42 million plus video views, and a VTR of 38% on YouTube, and engagement rate of 3.5% on social, both above industry benchmarks. BLS results showcased positive impact on brand awareness, with highest brand awareness uplift of 12.3% compared to competitors. There was a significant 8.8% uplift in message association. Say It with Oreo, with its unique campaign, triggered joyful family time with the help of media and tech for an immersive consumer experience on digital, thus staying true to its brand spirit of staying playful.
Hashtag Say It with Oreo campaign managed to move the needle on business and brand metrics. With 0.5% scale up in household penetration, the highest ever quarter for Oreo volumes and penetration, and 8.8% uplift in message association. So, ladies and gentlemen, while the innovation was unique, it was rather challenging as well. Every piece of communication on digital was tuned to enabling a playful interaction between the parents and the kids. The campaign has not just helped to reinforce the brand's playful and creative image, but also created a strong emotional connection with our consumers. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, moving to the next presentation. The entry ID is 2054 and the brand is Cadbury Dairy Milk. Over to the presenter.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
And is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay, can I start?
Yeah, your time starts now. All the best.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. It's been an interesting day today. We've seen some amazing cases of brands using media innovation. My name is Smith Trivedi. I am here to present the case study on Cadbury Dairy Milk Hate is Unskippable. Almost all of the youth today have grown up with the internet being a big part of their lives. It's their window to the world. It gives them access to all the information they need, and it's a gateway to a digital society. For all the good that the internet has done for us, there's also a dark underside to it, which no one talks about. Cyberbullying. This is becoming an issue of major concern, taken as seriously as full-time profession by trollers and not enough seriously by society and policymakers. Cyberbullying is rampant. It cuts across all touch points, be it social media, mails, chats, memes, or even online games. The anonymity granted by the screen emboldens the bullies as there is no fear of reprisal. These instances of cyberbullying are only growing every day, impacting the well-being of the youth who heavily rely on the internet to even get the most basic tasks done. Some youth responded to the bullying by simply turning off their phones for a while, but it also cuts them off from the other benefits of staying online. Besides, disconnecting sends a wrong signal to the bullies and further encourages this unacceptable behavior. As a brand that the youth considered iconic for creating happy moments, Cadbury Dairy Milk had to take a stand. We collaborated with multiple platforms to understand the motivators and inhibitors of cyberbullying and the apathic attitudes towards it. We uncovered something called bystander effect, a psychological phenomenon which inhibits people to stand up against oppressive acts with a high number of witnesses. Cadbury Dairy Milk wanted to instigate a behavioral change by helping people move from being just a bystander to standing up for their loved ones by using a simple tool which cut across the barriers. In 2019, we introduced Purple Heart as an icon against cyberbullying, an emoji available on every mobile that could be used to drown out cyberbullies and trolls. Come 2021, we realized we needed to get the users to take that first step. We wanted to silence the user. We wanted to tell the users how their silence and apathy deepens the problem and show them how ignoring bullying could cause a lot of damage. They needed to know how a small action of support from them could do wonders to the bullied. We leveraged the usage of different platforms around a very prominent behavior of skipping, which had been made mainstream by video platforms. Skipping the ad would be similar to ignoring the plight of the bullied. Taking a small action of posting a purple heart would be exactly what the user needed to do to stand up against bullying. We deployed a series of videos across digital platforms which focused on the bullied. At the end of every video, the user was given an option to support the bullied by clicking on the purple heart. If the user skipped the ad, a new video would be served to them where the situation escalated. This was repeated until the user broke their silence. If at any point the user chose to click on the purple heart, they would be shown how their action helped improve the situation, and they would never be shown any other purple heart ad, as they had taken the first step and broken their silence on this topic. We replicated this across three largest themes of bullying: sexism, racism, and body shaming. Let's look at how we brought this to life.
Nearly 8 out of 10 Indian teens are cyberbullied. This makes them the most cyberbullied people in the world. Cadbury Dairy Milk presents Heart the Hate, an innovative idea that turns the viewer of the Heart the Hate video into a witness of cyberbullying. If the viewer doesn't do anything or skips the ad, they are shown another instance where the same victim is again cyberbullied. This happens again and again. But if the viewer chooses to click on the corner white button on the video to post a purple heart for the victim in the ad, they are shown how the victim instantly feels better and supported in real time. And the viewer is never shown any more ads, as they are no more silent bystanders. They have done their bit of making the victim feel supported. We created many more stories that brought to life different forms of cyberbullying. The same idea is adapted for Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, and Sabat. We made viewers who had never stood up against cyberbullying to realize how a small act of posting a purple heart can make a huge difference to the victim of cyberbullying, one click at a time.
I have faced racism and bullying all my life.
This has happened to me so many times.
This is not just a man. This is my reality.
So guys, please stand up when you see anyone getting cyberbullied.
Heart the hate. कुछ अच्छा हो जाए, कुछ मीठा हो जाए.
By hate is unskippable, we inspired a movement and the results say it all. The campaign helped 3 million people take the first step against cyberbullying by posting a purple heart. Brand recall amongst the TG increased by 15.8%. Brand consideration scores amongst youth went up by 3% versus the previous quarter. Sales increased by 21% during the period of 3 years, CAGR of 14%. It would be a bit of a stretch to say that Cadbury Dairy Milk has stopped cyberbullying, but it's definitely taken the step in the right direction. One small step, if taken by a sizable number of people, can surely make this world a sweeter place to be. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the next presentation. The entry ID is 2050 and the brand is called Cadbury Bournvita. Over to the presenter.
Allow me a minute to share my screen. Please do let me know what you guys can see on the screen.
Yes.
Okay. May I know what you guys can see on the screen?
It's just a blank screen.
Okay.
Black screen. Yeah.
Okay. All right, then I'm ready once you guys are. Let me know.
Yep. You can start. Your time starts. All the best.
Thank you. Children are 1/3 of our population and 100% of our future. So I'm sure you'll be concerned when I say that 5 crore kids suffer from mental health issues every year. But it's not me who's saying this. This is an extract from a report from Indian Psychiatry Society. Hello, everybody. I'm Pooja Padmanabhan, and I'm here to discuss an unacknowledged problem that children face. Over the last 2 years, while the world dealt with COVID, the situation among children simply got worse. The physical restrictions and school being shut had caused social isolation. Being constantly cooped up at home had impacted their formative years, which are crucial for their future success. Almost 40 crore children are at a risk of mental health issues. This was akin to a silent pandemic of mammoth proportion. Many families were dealing with an ongoing, pervasive sense of loss, including the loss of loved ones, financial security, and even work. This impacted the quality of relationship among parents and children, only worsening the situation. For decades, Bournvita stood for progressive parenting, emphasizing the contribution of parents to children's aspiration. We couldn't just stand by and do nothing. To combat this hidden pandemic, we collaborated with the Minds Foundation. 3 insights emerged from our research. The first was that kids often show extremely modest symptoms of mental and emotional health issues. Even when they're obvious, they're frequently dismissed as temper tantrums, mood swings, or even worse, reasons to avoid studying. Secondly, mental illness is considered a taboo in India, often downplayed or hidden, fearing societal pressure or ridicule. And then there isn't enough professional help or materials readily available to parents to help deal with the situation. These realizations made it possible for us to build a campaign which would address 3 tasks: help parents identify the signs of mental health issues, normalize conversations around mental health, and distribute credible literature and provide access to professionals. The cornerstone of media solution was to create a large-scale one-on-one conversation around kids' mental health. We had to select the touch points that not only had the ability to customize the message based on users' level of comfort with the topic, but also that could give a private space that was required to drive the conversation en masse. Thus, we created a chatbot, which helped us overcome multiple challenges that conventional media solutions were not able to address. The 2-way conversations in a controlled environment and message customizations were made possible only with chatbot. Considering the magnanimity of the issue that we are addressing here today, we had to onboard platforms that would help bring scale to the campaign. These platforms would serve as the entry points to help us build a seamless consumer journey. On Children's Day 2021, Bournvita launched Get the Message, a campaign aimed at overcoming the silent pandemic. We launched 2 films across digital platforms, showing how easy it could be for parents to miss these symptoms. The ongoing reality was weaved into these films. In an unexpected manner, the kids broke the 4th wall and started directly speaking to the viewers, asking them if they were interested to hear the issue that they were facing by continuing the conversation on the chatbot. Upon landing on the chatbot that was built on WhatsApp, the conversations were personalized for the users in an interactive manner. Depending on each user's level of comfort, the chatbot informed them about the symptoms, what can be done, or even gave the access to mental health experts. Above all, it provided a safe space for concerned parents to have a conversation around the children's mental health. Similar user journeys were created on other platforms to help us build the scale for the campaign. Let us have a look at the AV on how we brought this to life.
The ongoing stress, grief, and uncertainty created by the COVID-19 pandemic has weighed heavily on our children and teens, and many are having a tough time coping emotionally.
The past couple of years have seen the rise of a silent pandemic of mental health struggles that paused the lives of children when they were locked indoors. Bournvita wanted to partner with parents to help them understand this subject. Bournvita presents Get the Message in association with Minds Foundation. We made films that showed how easily parents could miss the symptoms.
सबा खाना वैसे का वैसे ही पड़ा है भूख नहीं है देखो ये सब टैंट्रम्स सही चलेंगे ओके
The reality that kids find it difficult to talk to their parents was weaved into the film in an unexpected manner. When midway through the films, the kids asked the viewers directly for their permission to chat with them via a bot.
मम्मी से शेयर करना चाहती हूँ बट शी गेट्स एंग्री आपसे शेयर कर सकती हूँ क्या मुझसे बात करने के लिए प्लीज नीचे बटन पे क्लिक करिए और देखिए.
On the bot, the kids revealed what they were going through, educated the viewer in an interactive manner about mental health and its symptoms, and even gave access to mental health experts and psychologists on www.mankitayari.in, along with a 24-hour toll-free helpline. We launched the bot during World Mental Health Month and got more than 1.5 million parents to interact with us, spending 3.5 minutes on an average over 3 months. Another 150,000 users signed up on website to know more. The toll-free mental health helpline touched the lives of 1,500 children during the pandemic. It's time we started paying closer attention to our children's mental health. Let's get the message.
Creative effectiveness, a seamless consumer journey, and an innovative media deployment led to 50% less cost of interaction versus the benchmark, setting an industry gold standard. Bournvita witnessed a 1.4 percentage points increase in penetration and 2.5 percentage points increase in volume share over last year. Get the Message initiative continues into 2023. More than 4 million parents have sought help from the chatbot, which is an important first step in improving a child's mental health. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next presentation, the entry ID is 2041. The brand is Cadbury Silk.
Yeah. Just give me a few seconds. Yeah, you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. One second.
Are you good to go?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Okay. Your time starts now. All the best.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Monica Solanki, and I'm here to spill a few secrets about love. We all have seen romantic Bollywood movies and its grand gestures of the protagonist going to great lengths to express their love. This is exactly what drives RTG to go far for love. Cadbury Dairy Milk Silk, for over a decade, has positioned itself as a premium chocolate, an indulgent treat to be enjoyed with your loved ones. It has successfully become the second largest brand in the category. As we all know, Silk is a catalyst of love, inspiring Gen Zs to not just express love, but in fact, to go far for love. Silk's campaign always motivates people to act, participate, and share, because just one-way communication doesn't work with this TG. Almost all the marquee brands are vying for Gen Z's attention, with comms glorifying their product. Since Valentine's Day, it's a time-bound campaign. It leaves only for a couple of weeks for everyone to try and dominate the space, leaving little time for Silk to create awareness, drive consideration, and to win the Gen Z's hearts during Valentine's Day. Silk didn't only need to speak the language of love, but needed to do so in a way that would be empathetic to the realities of young love. Silk's task at hand was to not just break advertising clutter, but most importantly, deliver sales growth of 15% in just 15 days, which was a towering target to achieve. I'm here to tell you how Silk connected with Gen Z to help them celebrate love this Valentine's Day. With a view to make Valentine's Day 2022 even more special for the young couples, Silk launched the Heart Pop Blush Pack to go far for love. But the reality today is young love is often met with disapproval and is frowned upon. I'm sure we all must have lied to our parents in our dating years, also considering the Indian culture. Youngsters go to great lengths to hide their relationship from families and friends, from hiding the social media account from family, to saving numbers with different names, to making random excuses for coming late. The trials and tribulations of young love is endless. Parents think they know everything about their kids, but do they? While Gen Zs look forward to plan this special day in full swing with over-the-top gestures, all of it is not possible, as they often keep their love life a secret. Silk's strategy this year had to change from how far will you go for love with over-the-top gestures to how far will you go to make them blush secretly. Introducing Cadbury Dairy Milk Silk's innovative and unique campaign, Silk Secret Messages. Silk launched an industry-first tech innovation using its limited edition pack. We used the power of AR for couples to send hidden messages that could only be seen by the recipient. Gen Zs could simply scan the QR code on the pack, directing them to a microsite to write their secret message for that special someone. This message could be shared to the recipient with a link for them to read it. Now here's the catch. The eager can only reveal the secret message when they click on the link to open the camera and point their phone to any nearest Silk ad. Here's a glimpse of how we executed the campaign.
Well, we have a 16-year-old son. Girlfriend? No. He's too young for that.
Only studies and sports.
Yeah. I mean, we think that career comes first. He will have lots of time for romance later.
Thanks to this mindset of Indian parents, most young romances turn into secret romances. On Valentine's Day, Cadbury Silk, a brand that stands for young love, used AR to turn every Silk ad into a declaration of love. Cadbury Silk presents Secret Messages. The sender simply scanned a Silk pack, typed a cute message, and pressed send. The receiver simply pointed their phone at any Silk ad, and voila! The ad turned into the secret love message, which only they could see. Billboards, print ads, posters, and even TV ads could be scanned to reveal the secret message. And no parents objected, as none of them could see it.
Silk not only leveraged multiple digital platforms such as social, video, audio, content to drive awareness, build consideration, and generate engagement, but also transformed traditional platforms such as print, television, outdoor into carriers of hidden messages on digital. The campaign was a huge success, with over 1,000 million impressions generated through multiple touchpoints across display, social, audio, video, and 2.1 million people visiting the microsite. We received an overwhelming audience engagement.
Last minute.
1.5 million plus secret messages sent. In addition, the campaign generated 1.5 million worth earned PR in just 15 days. It does not stop here. The campaign also helped us collect 1 million first-party data that could be leveraged for future campaigns. We received an overwhelming response, resulting in 27% sales growth in limited edition packs sold, correspondingly adding massive 12% growth in revenue. In conclusion, Silk helped young love blossom in India, one secret message at a time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Next presentation. The entry ID is 2075 and the brand is Netflix India.
Are you ready?
Just give me a moment to set up.
Yeah, we can see this full screen.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I'm good to start.
Yeah, your time starts now. All the best.
Thank you. Hi, judges. I'm Amrita, and I'm going to take you through the next case study on Netflix. Netflix was launching the penultimate season of its flagship show, Stranger Things, in May 22, taking the series to newer heights, making it scarier, darker, creepier, and more stranger. What made Stranger Things so stranger after all? It was the supernatural mystery, the upside-down world, and its creature. However, despite the IP being such a global hit, we had a few challenges at hand. First being the genre. Supernatural is a genre that leads to immediate dismissal in consideration. Second challenge was limited appeal as it was an English title. Netflix decided to bring season 4 in 3 Indian local languages, Hindi, Tamil, and Telugu, taking the show wider. Our primary objective was to drive growth for Netflix. And our target audience were both existing fans of Stranger Things and non-fans. The campaign objective was clear. We had to build excitement and anticipation amongst the fans and create intrigue and FOMO amongst the non-fans. However, non-fans could mean a large universe. Therefore, the next task was to understand the source of growth for Netflix. They were the ones who had affinity towards paid OTT and were looking at upgrading from AVOD to SVOD, that is from a free to a paid service. We went about analyzing cross-app usage of competing paid OTT users to find other apps being used by them. We then used cross-app data, mapped it with other third-party data signals to further enrich our audience understanding, and arrived at relevant genres and touch points to target them. They were heavy on social network, news, gaming, cricket, and comedy. Our consumer insight was that people love mysteries more so when they themselves are a part of one. They become fans of the experience they have been immersed into and embrace the uncertainty that develops. With this consumer insight, we devised our campaign approach of shock and awe. Shock and awe framework suggests that campaign idea should fit the brand message. Existing customers should be able to handle the campaign. It should inspire the customer to act and invoke desire in them to share with others. Tapping into the audience understanding that we had, we deployed the shock and awe framework on digital media. Keeping with the theme of the show, a high-reach strange campaign was planned across platforms. Host of strange innovations built excitement amongst the fans and intrigued the non-fans as they both got pulled to experience the strange world which they shared on their social media. Let me take you into the strange world of our media campaign.
Very few English shows have garnered a cult following amongst the Indian audience in the recent past. And Netflix's Stranger Things has done just that since its premiere in 2016. Come 2022, Netflix was ready to launch the penultimate season of the series after a 3-year hiatus. We set out to reignite the mystique of this strange world.
11, you're listening.
Our shock and awe-inducing approach triggered strange feelings throughout the country. When jaw-dropping visuals were projected onto the iconic monument Gateway of India, thousands of people flocked to experience it, and the social media space exploded with excitement as influencers started talking about it. The digital users were startled when the Rift took over their screens across leading platforms. Together with Spotify, we created a personalized Stranger Things playlist, which also selected the listener's top song that would save them from Vecna. On scrolling through the playlist enough times, Vecna himself made an appearance on the listener's screen. But we were not done. Varun Dhawan's young and happening Bollywood-loving fanbase was caught off guard completely, where things suddenly turned sinister. As the space turned into the bizarre upside-down world. The strange things turned stranger when his beloved pet dog made an appearance as a bloodthirsty Demodog. But we didn't just stop at Bollywood. The ardent Tamil audience was also roped into the frenzy when music maestro Ilayaraja composed a special rendition of the show's opening theme. The spooky theme song went viral. We sent Twitter into a frenzy when for the first time in India, an upside-down hashtag was trending. We gave Twitterati the opportunity to take a Stranger Things character quiz on a specially designed microsite, only to find monsters like the Mind Flayer or Demogorgon as their results. This creepy twist made everyone curious about their monstrous alter ego. While Twitter got tweeting, YouTubers started reacting.
What was that? That whole moment.
Oh my god.
Stranger Things crept into the live streams of YouTube gamers with a corresponding call to action in the chat box.
ये क्या भाई? साके भाई ये क्या है यहाँ पे?
These messages were unskippable, unblockable, and unstoppable. We even gave memes a strange twist with a Stranger Things and Bollywood crossover. And the outcomes were strangely hilarious. We supported our buzzworthy innovations across social media and digital platforms, which drove high reach for the campaign. And the results were out of this world. Stranger Things Season 4 set the record for the #1 series on Netflix based on total hours watched. Netflix's monthly active users doubled and caused the site to crash due to high traffic volume on the show's premiere night. The collective efforts paid off. The audience loved the campaign just as much as 11 loved her egos.
Time's up.
Thank you, Ad Club. Thank you, judges.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Next presentation. The entry ID is 2066 and the brand is Cadbury Heist. Over to the presenter.
Just checking, am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Yes.
Just give me a moment. I'll just quickly set it up. Okay. Sorry, just a second. Just let me know if my screen is shared. I think it should be visible now. Yeah. Hello?
Yes, are you ready?
Yeah, it's visible, right?
Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
it's on full screen.
Got it.
Okay, you can go ahead. Your time starts now. All the best.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this Not an Apple event at the Leave Jobs Theatre. I'm thrilled to tell you what we have for you today. But before that, let's look back at what Cadbury 5-Star has been doing in the last 3 years. So in 2019, Cadbury 5-Star lived up to its brand philosophy and did nothing. In 2020, Cadbury 5-Star was really excited and wanted to do something. But thanks to COVID, we did nothing again. So in 2021, Cadbury 5-Star wanted to launch something big because the competition was rising and the Gen Z was catching up on a lot of other things, right? So Cadbury 5-Star launched the most revolutionary thing ever that will make you or that will inspire you to do nothing as well. No, I'm not talking about the new iPhone. I'm talking about something more valuable, something that will turn your downtime into a currency. Introducing the Nothing Coin, world's first digital coin that can be mined by simply doing nothing. Yes, you heard it right, by simply doing nothing. Now we all know the craze around crypto, right? I mean, Gen Z is crazy about crypto, but let's get it real, right? I mean, not everyone understands what crypto is all about and how it works. It's confusing, it's complicated, it's cumbersome, but not anymore. Thanks to the engineering experts, the dedicated designers, and the do-nothing experts at the 5-Star HQ who have designed the user journey of mining a nothing coin in such a way that you will feel as if you're doing literally nothing. Let me quickly talk you through the journey once to make you understand how simple it can be to mine a nothing coin. It all starts with a pack scan that leads you to a microsite. When you enter your phone number, and all it does is verifies your phone number so that the next time when you're there, it knows you're here to mine nothing coins. And once your number is verified, all you have to do is keep your phone aside. The longer you keep your phone aside, the more nothing coins are mined. So while that was a user journey of how the whole nothing coin works, let me also talk about a few key features that make nothing coin the most unique crypto coin out there. The first one being that nothing coin requires no expensive hardware. It only requires a pack of 5-Star and you're good to go. The second one being that there are no complicated algorithms. The more you do nothing, the more coins you can mine. It's as transparent as it could be. And the last one, there's no dependency on Elon Musk. Because come on, it's all of us want to be independent, right? Now that's some marvelous engineering piece right there. But we didn't stop at that. We understand your lifestyle and your requirements. And hence, we read a few tweets from your consumers talking about how they can use nothing coin and how can it be made more valuable. We hear you. And hence, we reached out to Paytm, India's biggest payment portal, and requested them to accept nothing coin as a currency. And guess what? They did. We even opened a virtual mall for the ones who don't want to step out to redeem the nothing coins. They can sit from the comfort of the home and still buy whatever they want to with nothing coins. And not just that, we went a little beyond our usual thing. We created a nothing coin bank. Yes, it's a place where you can actually go, chill, stay out of all the chaos and mine nothing coins. And not just that, we even used Curly Tails to make a video around this and make this place ambitious for every Gen Z person out there when they want to chill and do absolutely nothing. Now, I'm sure you know by now that collaboration is at the core of everything we do at the 5-Star HQ. And hence, we got financial influencers like Ankur Wariku, Neha Nagar, and many more to make you believe in the power of doing nothing. And the most funny part here is that we didn't just bring one pack to you. We lined up the most incredible lined up till date. And guess what? It's at the most affordable cost. So you don't even have to think about selling your kidney when you want to do nothing. Now, don't take my word for it. I would suggest you watch this entire AV that our experts have put together to explain you what the nothing coin is all about.
Cryptocurrencies have hit an all-time...
Investing in cryptocurrencies can be scary when it's your hard-earned money at stake. But what if you could invest something other than money? Something you actually have enough of. Nothing. 5-Star presents Nothing Coin. first ever digital coin that turns your chilling into a currency. The longer you do absolutely nothing, the more nothing coins you mine. And the more you can spend. Doing nothing has never been so valuable. So if you think cryptos are the future, say hello to the future of the future.
Now, while I would say that's all, but as you know me, there's one more thing, or actually many more. We broke new grounds with breaking news across digital news portals. We were here, there, and everywhere. Wherever you could spot crypto, nothing coin was there. We even made headlines on InShots, the only news app that our Gen Z audience uses. And now, before we bid goodbye, let me tell you that more than 250,000 people visited the microsite and mined more than 6.6 million coins, spending 4.4 million minutes in just 1 month. And the brand witnessed a massive growth of 30% in sales. Now, if that's not big, I don't know what is. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next presentation. The entry ID is 2060. The brand is Netflix India.
Hi everyone. Is my screen visible and am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Okay. Your time starts now. All the best.
Hi judges. My name is Darshit Shah and I'm going to be presenting the next case study for Netflix. Sorry, just give me a second. Yeah. During April 2021, India was hit by the second wave of COVID. Life was monotonous and there was lack of excitement. During this time, OTT platforms witnessed a surge and had become the mainstay for entertainment. This is when Netflix decided to launch the final season of its iconic show, Money Heist. However, in India, there was a huge perception barrier amongst people, wherein they considered Netflix to be a distant brand, lacking local content, having high subscription price. Going by this consumer behavior, Netflix decided to launch Money Heist in 3 local Indian languages, Hindi, Tamil, and Telugu, in order to take the show to a wider set of audiences. This was clearly an opportunity for us. The environment was right, people wanted to consume local content, and our job was to bring the horses to the water. Our objective was clear. We had to remind the existing fans of Money Heist about the season finale, and create FOMO for the non-viewers, building excitement and anticipation for the fence sitters and late movers. Our consumer insight said that when a message is served unexpected, one pays much higher attention to it. So we decided to catch our consumers' attention by laying a path of distraction and launch the Heist approach of distract, divert, and engage. What followed next was a heist on social media. We launched the Indian version of the Bella Ciao anthem on YouTube, the largest free music subscription platform in India, targeting the media and entertainment cohort to reach out to the highly affined audiences. We launched contests and content on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter to garner maximum participation from audiences. And to target the Gen Z audiences, we collaborated with Ananya Pandey and got her to launch the show at the Bombay Stock Exchange, promoting it on social media. We also collaborated with Filter Copy, who have a very young subscriber base to create content targeting the non-fans specifically. And since the show was launching in regional Indian languages, we did an integration on Big Boss, which was the massiest and the most discussed show on OTT. Let me take you through the AV to showcase how we did this.
Money Heist, one of the most popular Netflix shows of all time, had gathered a fandom like no other. The final season of Money Heist was going to stream on Netflix in 2021, bringing an epic conclusion of the story of the professor and his lovable bank-robbing lunatics. With the show available in 3 major Indian languages, Hindi, Tamil and Telugu, our key goal was to create a campaign that takes the show wider than ever before in India. While the legacy fans of the show were excited, our objective was to fuel their fandom, but more importantly, create enough excitement and build anticipation to bring the first-timers, the non-fans, the fence-sitters, and the late movers into watching Money Heist on Netflix.
A good heist involves careful planning. The consumer insight says that when a message is served unexpected, one pays much higher attention to it. That is why I say we ditch the conventional methods of marketing and launching new approach. Distract, divert, and engage.
We started the heist with a bang. We used the iconic Bella Ciao anthem and gave it an Indian twist by recreating the song using multiple local languages with Nuclear to conquer the hearts of millions of Indians. Bollywood lovers were caught off guard when social media fan pages and PR machinery went abuzz as Ayushmann Khurrana suddenly confessed his love for Money Heist and claimed to be the biggest fan. In an Indian avatar of the professor, he sang his version of the anthem Jaldi Aao and invited the rest of the Indian fans in Sabse Bada Fan Contest on Facebook, Instagram and YouTube. It was only natural to announce the arrival of the final season of Money Heist at an improbable place that also happens to be the financial nerve center of the country, the Bombay Stock Exchange.
My first favorite is obviously Denver.
The audience of one of the biggest reality shows, Big Boss, was caught unaware while streaming on Woot as the contestants of the show woke up and danced to the fan anthem. This was nothing short of a coup, as we integrated a Netflix show in the programming of a rival OTT. On Twitter, where Money Heist fans were already building hype for the show, we kept ardent fans on their toes by launching a gamified activity, the Money Heist Escape Room. Participants had to race against time to free their fan favorite, the Professor, by answering questions related to the previous seasons. Superfans who overcame 3 levels by answering these questions were treated to exclusive content from the starcast of the show. The anticipation and excitement for the final season kept growing, and we followed it up with the hashtag India Bole Chao activity. All they had to do was reply to our master tweet with an emoji of their choice with the hashtag India Bole Chao to get a video or GIF of top moments from the show mapped with that emoji. The activity was designed to take fans down memory lane. For the on-the-fence viewers and the late viewers, we curated the Money Heist crash course with filter copy, which would help them understand various aspects of the show before the season finale, so they too could jump on the bandwagon. The results were record-breaking. Overall, there was a 43% increase in viewership of the show, with over 40% watching the regional dubs. Sentiments for the show were extremely positive, making this the most searched show in India. Netflix monthly active users increased by 3 times, and the app downloads spiked by 14% in December 2021. And when the smoke settled, Money Heist was the highest performing global IP in India.
The campaign has also been recognized across various prestigious awards. And that is how we carried out the biggest heist on multiple platforms for this iconic show. Thank you, judges. Thank you, Atla.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next presentation. Entry ID is 2003 and the brand is Pepsi.
Yeah, one sec. Can you guys see the screen?
No, not.
Sorry.
Yeah, now we can see this.
Yeah. Okay, so at any time, if you feel the video is lagging or there's a problem with the audio, you may let me know. Yeah. Okay, let me know when.
Yes, you can start.
Yeah.
Your time starts now. All the best.
Hi, I'm Akshay, and today I'll be taking you through a campaign which not only ruled hearts of the youth, but it also ruled multiple digital platforms, right? So it'll be wrong to call it just an exciting campaign. So I'm just going to call it a heist, yeah? And I really want to thank Netflix here for bringing this amazing show, Money Heist, to India. But should the story stop there? I don't think it should. Special brands, they entertain their audience in a very special way. And that's why we have something for you to get entertained by. So allow me 4 minutes, 30 seconds to brag our swag just a little bit.
Yo, me, the Netflix guy in the house.
अभी दुनिया भी जानती है कि मनी हाइस्ट से बड़ा कौन है. इसके कंटेंट के लिए बना बस एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म है.
Okay, agency expert in the house. Hey, hey. शांत छोटे शांत ऐसी बातें नहीं बोलते. प्लेटफॉर्म की बातें तो एक्सपर्ट पे छोड़ दे. यूथ से सॉलिड कनेक्ट पेप्सी को मांगता था. लॉकडाउन के चक्कर में धंधा जो मंदा था. नेटफ्लिक्स और यूथ का बिंज वॉचिंग का नाता है. मनी हाइस्ट अपने सस्पेंस से सॉलिड रश जो लाता है. चलो ओटीटी से बाहर अब सोशल पर आते हैं. आओ दिखाते हैं यूट्यूब पर कैसे मचाते हैं. टाइगर और प्रोफेसर की जोड़ी है कमाल. एक्शन और दिमाग से मचाया खूब धमाल. 10 मिलियन गोल्डन कैन से किया इंडिया को एक्साइट. लिमिटेड एडिशन कैन्स बन गए बिगेस्ट पार्टी कैन वाइट. और खाने के मैटर में तो यूथ अपना चैंप है. जब देखोगे स्विगी के नंबर लगेगा पेप्सी की ही ऐप है. इस स्वैग के जश्न में मुखटे भी आया था. स्वैग वाला घूट उसने भी पिलाया था. पूरे इंडिया को बिगेस्ट वर्चुअल पार्टी में नोरा विशाल दुल्लानी ने खूब नचाया था. पिज्जा हट के टॉपिंग से इंडिया हुआ डिलाइट. मनी हाइस्ट गोल्डन कैंस हुए इंस्टा फेसबुक पर वायरल ओवर द नाइट. लगता है पेप्सी ने सबको हाईजैक किया. सारे प्लेटफॉर्म्स को ही इसने हाइस्ट किया. यूथ को एंगेज किया और पूरे इंडिया को एक्साइट किया. मान जा बिडू, इस कैंपेन का स्वैग था काफी यूनिक और बोल्ड. पेप्सी ही जीतेगा एम्वीज में गोल्ड. अक्सर
Namaste, India.
After a long journey, the most binged watch show, Netflix's Money Heist, was coming to an end. And Pepsi was all set to add its swag to the finale season through one of its kind partnership with the world's biggest streaming platform, Netflix, to create a unique experience for the fans. To celebrate the last season of Money Heist, Pepsi launched a limited edition of 10 million golden cans across India. An impactful TVC was launched, showcasing India's youth icon Tiger Shroff and the beloved Professor.
इस काम में गलती की कोई गुंजाइश नहीं है.
This partnership was announced by some of nation's biggest celebs, Karan Johar, Tiger Shroff, and Disha Patni. With more than 1,000 micro-influencers, the conversation became the talk of the town. And to give a fan a memorable experience, Pepsi gave them a chance to plan a real heist at Modern Trade Store by installing a golden vault at Pizza Hut, where fans were asked to play the role of the professor and solve the puzzle to win the exclusive Pepsi golden cans. one of its kind musical invite for the party was composed by the digital viral machine Yashraj Mukhate. As campaign finale, a virtual party was planned with swag-filled performances by Bollywood celebrities and digital influencers. Nora Fatehi, Manish Paul, Vishal Shekhar, Tanish Bakshi, Avesh Darbar, Jannat Zubair, Mohan Pandey and Himanshu Dulani. With the power-packed lineup, the party went on to become a massive hit, creating a global impact with 1 crore fans joining this party. And this is how Pepsi created history while celebrating India's favorite show. Campaign TVC garnered 13 million views. The campaign secured a media value worth of 39 million rupees. Over 267 media features, reached over 81.3 million people. 94% users experiencing joy as per brand sentiment analysis. A first ever CTR of 16% achieved on Swiggy homepage banner.
Good में swag.
So, if a brand like Pepsi is so refreshing and cold, should we stop below a goal? Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Smita, you can cover the next person.
Yeah, thank you. Moving on to the next presentation. The entry ID is 2056 and the brand is Cadbury 5-star. Over to the presenter.
Yeah, hi. Let me know once you can see my screen.
Yeah, not the full screen.
Yeah. Is it now visible?
Yes.
One second, I'll just. Is it okay? Perfect?
Yes.
Start?
Yes, you can start. Your time starts.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Good evening, judges. Hey, I guess you're wondering who am I? I am Priyanka Nair, and today I'm the third umpire for the day. Let me tell you about the campaign that made me overnight star, the Do Nothing Legend campaign for Cadbury 5-star. When Cadbury 5-star approached me for being their brand ambassador, I was a little skeptical. I mean, I'm not exactly known for my dashing good looks or my rippling muscles. But then I realized I'm a perfect poster child for this campaign. 5-star has been loved by everyone through the years. I mean, I love 5-star. Won't you guys love it? Right? While the market is getting more competitive day by day, 5-star wanted to stay relevant and ahead of its curve for Gen Z audience by reinforcing their message, which is do nothing. Because eating a chewy 5-star, the 5-star literally slows you down and you enjoy that moment. While IPL was round the corner, the most viewed sporting event in India, every brand wanted to associate it with cricketers. But to break this clutter, 5-star actually took a unique approach by actually doing nothing with the cricketers and everything with the do nothing legend, right? Who better to represent that guy, right? It's me, the guy who actually does nothing, still has a power. You don't believe me? Let me take you through what I did with Cadbury 5-star as a brand ambassador.
There are heroes in every game. Legends who don't need the practice or the bats on the back. They can turn the tide without moving a muscle and make millions wait for their move with bated breath, while they do almost nothing. It's time the real legends of cricket got their due. So this season, our brand ambassador is this guy.
Volume is not come.
Sorry, the volume was not.
Yes.
Was the volume audible before?
No.
The entire video, the volume was not audible?
Before there was the volume, but in between stop.
Let me try again.
Yeah.
Let me know if the volume is fine. I will just.
Send me the number. Are you playing?
Yeah.
No. You can't see.
Yeah. One sec. Sorry, guys.
There are heroes
Is
in
it
every
okay?
game. And there are legends. Legends who don't need the practice or the pats on the back. They can turn the tide without moving a muscle and make millions wait for their move with bated breath, while they do almost nothing. It's time the real legends of cricket got their due. So this season, our brand ambassador is this guy.
This is where the volume is going off.
Yeah.
So there is no, just the music is there.
It's fine.
Okay.
Let it continue.
Okay. Sorry, guys. I think so. I'll just play it again.
You can start from there because we already.
There are heroes in every game. And there.
Sorry, guys. Just a second. So sorry, just hold on, guys.
No problem.
I'm just stop sharing and resharing it again. So sorry for the glitch.
No problem.
Just give me 2 minutes, guys.
Okay.
So sorry for the inconvenience.
Yeah, we can see the screen.
Yeah. Just making it full
There are heroes in every game. Legends who don't need the practice or the pats on the back. They can turn the tide without moving a muscle and make millions wait for their move with bated breath, while they do almost nothing. It's time the real legends of cricket got their due. So this season, our brand ambassador is this guy. making history, doing harm.
There is no volume here as well.
No.
No. I think you're not sharing the volume.
I am.
While sharing itself, you're not sharing the sound.
No, there was volume in the first half, so that wouldn't be the problem actually.
So I think so because of the music tone would be a little low. Maybe that's the reason, because otherwise the volume was audible, right? In the first when they were talking, right?
That is right.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go forward. I just don't want it to take your time, precious time. Okay. So I was a forefront of the campaign that leveraged multiple platforms in an innovative way to create impact and increase awareness. On Hotstar, custom squeeze ups were used to highlight the key moments in the live IPL, positioning me as the do-nothing legend. Meanwhile, on YouTube Masthead, they focus on running my film. All through the AI technology, brand targeted custom ads across internets in articles where the key moments were there. And I was on the topmost cricketing ad platforms like CricBuzz, Geo, to engage with the cricket fanatics. While we all know how IPL is always a smash rule in our country, it was the first time the third umpire went ahead to give a season a competition. I became the tournament's hero. I mean, what can I say? I may not run around the field, but I'm sure I know how to get these things done. I am CK Nandan, and I'm proud to be the do-nothing legend. Chalo, आप लोगों को सुनाई नहीं दिया. Let me just show you quickly the results, right? Which would have missed out in the audio. The brand witnessed 54% growth in the sales during the IPL period. The campaign of Do Nothing Legend managed to deliver more than 550 million impressions. The movement marketing on Hotstar delivered 6x better CTR than the benchmark. YouTube Masthead delivered 3.3x CTR than the industry benchmark. So, आपको मेरा नया काम कैसा लगा? CK Nandan का. अब the trophy definitely बनती है. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Smita, Sprite team, they are ready.
Yeah, Sprite team is ready.
Yeah,
we are sharing this.
Okay. So entry ID is 2088 and the brand is Sprite. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you see the screen?
Yeah, not the full screen.
Not the notes, right?
Hi, just confirming you can see the screen and not the notes, right?
It's not a full screen.
All right. Let's look at the screen. Secret from there.
Is it okay now?
Yes.
Yes. Go on.
Okay, just give me a moment. We'll just quickly start. I know it's been a long day, so thank you so much for bearing with us, but we saved you the best for the last, okay? Can we start?
Yes.
Please.
You can start. Your time starts now. All the best.
Thank you. Well, say hello to Anger, the little red fellow who follows us everywhere like a chip on your shoulder or like your 4G, right? But today's journey is about breaking the red haze and getting to the cool greens. Confused? Well, it's all about staying calm. Staying calm is actually easier said than done, right? मतलब गुस्सा तो सबको आएगा. Monday morning traffic jams का भसर हो, client emails Friday evening को ही आएगी, और विराट अगर zero पे out हुआ, तो boss कैसे रहेगा cool when the heat is on, right? But Sprite पे the heat was always on. We basically were looking at the biggest season of summer recruitment, and that saw a drop, right? Due to the pandemic, the last 2 years, Sprite was badly hit, and competition was aggressively pursuing the key markets, which saw brand sales and penetration decline. And of course, Sprite was just losing its cool. So we came to the objective, which was quite clear for the summer of 2022. Stay calm and reclaim Sprite's top position. With this objective, we launched the campaign Thandrak, with an aim of driving people to stay calm in heated moments with a Sprite. But judges, let me tell you that we faced media heat of balancing expectations versus reality. To reclaim the busy summer, it was critical to be omnipresent across the 16 weeks. But we had only 6 weeks of budgets to make this happen. Therefore, we had to think out of the box and actually own moments that mattered. We identified heat triggers in our consumers' everyday life, which were either always on or opportunistic. And in each of these heat moments, we offered a bottle of Sprite. We grabbed the biggest opportunities available during our season across UP elections, college admissions, and the IPL. We also maintained continuity by being always on with contextual signals around temperature and traffic. We kicked off with the UP elections in Feb, which is a massive trigger point for raging emotions, and latched on to election conversations, offering a bottle of Sprite. और टेंशन की बात है तो क्रिकेट दूर नहीं. Contextual placement of Thandrak was done in death overs during IPL. Admission conversations across Quota, Meta were owned by Sprite. And we also seeded Thandrak with Gen Z lingo through stickers. In areas of heavy traffic, we triggered real-time Thandrak messaging. And जब असली गर्मी आई, we drove consumers to e-commerce with a bottle of Sprite. Let me now quickly show you an AV of how we got millions of Indians to stay cool during the summer.
ऐसे ही हीट मोमेंट्स के लिए स्प्राइट कहता है थंडरक.
कंट्रोल उदय.
ऐसे हैं हमारे हॉट हेडेड जेन ज़ी और मिलेनियल्स, यंग डायनामिक पर्सनालिटी विद मोबाइल फर्स्ट स्टाइल. इमेज बहुत प्यारी है, इसीलिए इन्हें शांत रहना भी जरूरी है. In 2022, इन्हीं millennials के लिए we planned an explosive comeback with an intent for a highest ever H1 volume and to reclaim leadership. अब अगर हमारी ऑडियंस स्वैग के धोखे में दूसरा कोला पीने लग जाए, तो स्प्राइट का भी मेंटल हीट मोमेंट आएगा. Since 2019, our biggest recruitment window for Sprite was disrupted by back-to-back pandemic waves as competition ate into our core markets. Albert Pinto को गुस्सा क्यों आता है? इसका जवाब तो नहीं, बट हमारी टीजी के गुस्से का राज मिला रोज की खिचखिच में, जो हो जाती है ट्रैफिक से, गर्मी से, एडमिशन के फियर से, क्रिकेट के प्यार में, और अगर इलेक्शंस आ जाएं तो फिर we latched on to this one true cultural insight of routine life heat moments that are inevitable and escalate easily, and defined the role of Sprite as a refreshing drink that helps you cool down during mental heat moments. इसी कहानी को आगे बढ़ाया when we planned real-time contextual interventions of our priority markets UP and APT. जिस भी मीडिया में हमें heat moment मिला, we offered a Sprite. 5 साल के बाद elections लौट रहे थे, गुस्सा उबल रहा था, हम मैदान में उतर पड़े with a chill Sprite. जब न्यूज रूम में आर्गुमेंट्स का डेसिबल बढ़ा, तब स्प्राइट ने कहा, भाई साहब ठंड रखिए. पोलिंग और रिजल्ट डे को भी अच्छे से निचोड़ा स्प्राइट का लेमन मार के, प्लस पोलिंग स्टेशन के रेडियस में होर्डिंग्स तक लगा दी. गर्मी 5 साल नहीं रुकती, हर साल सेम टाइम पे आ ही जाती है. टू मैनेज द लिटरल हीट, वी एक्टिवेटेड API इंटीग्रेटेड AccuWeather एंड बढ़ते हुए टेम्परेचर को बोला ठंड रख. Through InMobi, we leveraged road analytic tool TomTom during the peak traffic hours, targeting users stuck in heavy to moderate traffic. क्रिकेट की गर्मी से कौन बचा है, जो लास्ट के 5 ओवर्स में होती है. Exclusive Thandrak squeeze up showed up during IPL death overs. Amplified contextual posts around youth admissions across display and regional social pages. Not just this, we ensured we are a part of millennial lingo and speak their language. Sprite ने ऐसी innings खेली that it produced results जो हर साल आए, बढ़ के आए. Sprite became a $1 billion brand in the market, and the results are.
Last minute.
Well, Sprite made a massive comeback in 2022, right? We had the highest ever sales and became a $1 billion brand in the market when we were actually also called out by the global CEO, bringing the highest growth in a decade. And we conquered the summer of 2022. When the results outperformed expectations, the clients also calmed down. And while obviously Emvies is judging, it's been a busy and a long day for you, but I feel like I definitely do need to drop a bottle of Sprite and kind of just do a little bit of thun drug. So thank you so much for your time and have a lovely day.
Thank you. Thanks. Okay, this ends our category, digital multiple platform. Now we are moving on to the next category.
Yeah, before we move ahead with the next category, let's just give break of 5 minutes for the jury members to complete their scoring for this particular category. Jury members, please let us know once you're done scoring for these entries so that we can go ahead with the next category.
Yeah.
Yeah, please give about 3 to 5 minutes.
Sure. Jury members, are we good to go?
Yes.
Smita, you can announce.
Okay, yeah, thank you. The next category is diversity, equality, and inclusion, and the duration will be 7 minutes per presentation. And for this category, only one column will be there for the scoring. So, starting the first entry, the entry ID is 4907, and the brand is Boost. Over to the presenter.
Sorry, Smita, help me recall, the judging criteria stays the same on all the 4 parameters, or did you say that's something different now?
There will be only one column for the scoring now for this category, particular category.
All right, cool. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, presenter, start the presentation.
Hi, Julie. Before I begin, allow me to conduct.
Your voice is too low.
All right. Am I audible now?
Better, not,
Yes.
but not so loud.
Okay. Just allow me a moment. Is this better?
Yeah.
Thank you. Hi, Julie. Before I begin, allow me to conduct a tiny experiment I call the empty room. Thank you, girls, for giving me a few minutes of your time today. I have a set of really fun questions for you. You can answer each question with straightforward yes or a no.
Shubham, still the voice is too low again.
If your answer is a yes, stay exactly where you are. If your answer is a no, kindly exit the frame. All right? Are we ready? My first question. Did you enjoy watching cricket as a kid? My second question. Growing up, did you play cricket as a kid? All right. My third question. Were you never made fun of when playing cricket as a kid? Were you never called names like a kacha nimbu or a weakling? My fourth question. Did your school have a girls' cricket team? And my final question. Growing up, did you know about a single Indian woman cricketer? An empty room, a suitable metaphor for the unequal representation of women's cricket in this country. A young cricketer helps a community rethink gender equality. Very rarely we from wanting to play to only getting played with taunts. From rarely having a team to play for. From rarely having a team to play for to not having a single hero. This gendered state of Indian cricket leads to 40% of young girls dropping out of the sport in their teenage years itself. And why wouldn't they? Cricket is not a fun sport for young girls. From gullies to stadiums, it ironically remains only a man's game. And this was a problem for our brand, Boost. Because even though young girls make up for about 38% of all our consumers, I'm really sorry, I'm just facing a technical difficulty on my laptop. Because even though 38% of our consumer group is made up of young girls, our iconic communication, Boost is the secret of my energy, has always been etched via men cricketers. I'm really sorry, but my laptop is just having a system error. I will just need to stop sharing these.
Okay, sure, Shubham. I have paused your timer. You can reshare.
Please do let me know.
Your voice is coming too low.
I'll just try and share my screen again. Is my voice better now?
Yeah, this is better.
Okay, I'll just try and share my screen again. Let me know, please, if you can see my screen now.
Not yet, but it's coming. No.
I would request you to just allow me to just restart my laptop. I think I'm facing a difficulty here.
Sure. By the time should we go ahead to the next presentation? Shubham, by the time we will go ahead with the next presentation, you can come back later in the next. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I think I can just restart my laptop and come back up again.
Oh, what I'm saying.
We're starting the next presentation.
Yes.
Okay. So next one is entry ID 4906, Google search.
Hi everyone, do let me know if my screen's visible and if I'm audible.
Yes.
Perfect. And I hope there's no floating icon on the screen, right?
No. Now it's coming.
Okay, I think you'll have to give it a second. Yeah. I'm ready. Do let me know when my time starts.
Yes, you can start. Your time starts now. All the best.
So what comes to your mind when you see this image? A celebrity, a sports person, a male model. Basically, somebody who spends hours in the neighborhood gym pumping iron, isn't it? But you would rarely think of a woman when you actually first see this picture. Reintroducing to you Kiran Demla. Some of you would already know of her from Google's campaign. But Kiran is an entrepreneur, a fitness coach, as well as a mountaineer and a proud mother of two. While her story is wonderful, it's also a rarity in our country, where women are underrepresented across various fields. While we all have equal constitutional rights, we're lagging far behind when it comes to economic participation, representation at professional institutions, or even land ownership. There are many barriers that are holding us back, but the extremely critical one is access to information. Hi, my name is Shivani, and I'm honored to bring to you Google's Search for Change campaign. This campaign helped women get equal access to information and meaningfully impacting their lives, thus holding true to Google's core philosophy. But in order to do so, we had to first fend for a consumer challenge. Our bullseye audience was a young India, NCCS, BC, who understood English but preferred Hindi. And they also found it 3 times more challenging to type in Hindi as compared to English. As you would all know, Google voice search is ubiquitous to all Android smartphone users. But the true task in our hands was to get women to start using voice search because it helped them get equal access to information. And also, it was easier than typing in Hindi. So, in order to be truly empowering, we had to break through a silent barrier that the product alone could not solve for. The idea was to bring about a social and cultural change to throw light upon the different gender-biased voices that actually suppress women. Internal studies had also shown us the impact youth has in driving this kind of a change through their voice online. Thus, our strategy was to spark conversations and showcase gender biases that existed in society and get people to actually raise their voice against them. Thus, our campaign hinged on 3 pillars: provoke to drive noticeability, converse to incite meaningful social conversations and supporting it all across with multiple cases through different media touchpoints. And we were, hence, as Google voice search, we became an ally of Kiran in her journey of transformation from a dependent housewife to an independent, multifaceted woman. And now let my video show you how we crafted this campaign that impacted millions of other Kirans.
सर शुभम को मुझसे ज्यादा पे मिलती है सेम काम सेम प्रोफाइल
शिवानी कम ऑन ही इज मैरिड तुम्हें कौन सा अभी घर चलाना है
ऑफिस जाती हो या पार्टी इतना लेट
आंटी काम पे हो जाता है लेट
ये नौकरी छोड़ो या ये घर छोड़ो
Search for Change was designed to demonstrate how voice search on Google is an enabler to women in breaking away from these deep-rooted gender biases. We hinged our campaign on 3 strategic pillars: provoke, converse, support, with International Women's Day as the launchpad. To start a proactive discourse building up to the launch, we picked 7 cities where the most socially aware and vocal consumers of India reside. We chose outdoor as the canvas to place uncomfortable but familiar questions that women face. Using high-impact locations, we ensured the message hit close to home. On International Women's Day, across the same outdoor locations, we showcased 20 sheroes from different walks of life who have successfully fought gender bias.
आसपास वर्किंग वुमेन्स हॉस्टल
यह रहे कुछ परिणाम
ऑफिस और बच्चे को कैसे संभालें
यह रही कुछ जानकारी Simultaneously, we also introduced our hero film, Manjha, addressing everyday biases faced by women. This combination lit a spark on the internet with women.
Sorry, I'll have to start this again. There was probably a floating panel. Or do you want me to go ahead?
Yeah.
Calling out everyday gender bias. To turn this spark into a sustained movement that inspired millions of women, we made strategic choices based on our audience's behavior. We turned up on topical events like the Women's T20 World Cup and top-rated shows across leading channels for high visibility. With over 30 women-centric creatives on using voice search, we orchestrated a powerful story across multiple platforms. On YouTube, we activated video ad sequencing for targeted storytelling. We engaged with Gen Z using non-skip formats across the top 4 OTT platforms. We further widened digital experiences with differentiated platforms based on our audience behavior. By adding a performance layer with first-party data, we identified low users of search to increase usage. Our strategy and integrated approach built reach and impact at scale, delivering on our goals. We witnessed a 10% growth in daily usage of voice search, a 17% growth in daily usage of search, and a 21% growth in search queries by women. Search for Change generated earned media worth ₹4 crores. This sparked over 144,000 social media conversations, the highest yet for any Google campaign in India.
आप डायरेक्टर क्यों बनना चाहती हैं?
लड़कियों की कहानियां लड़कों की नजर से कब तक देखेंगे सर?
Last 30 seconds.
I cannot stress enough on how fulfilling it was for all of us in the Google team at Essence Mediacom to pull this campaign together. I would also like to extend a big thank you to all the influencers and the women at the Essence Mediacom team to help partner with us on this project. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you.
Next presenter, we can call out Bausch and Lomb.
Yes. The intro ID is 4905 and the brand is Bausch and Lomb. Over to presenter.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Just give me 1 second. Cool. I'll quickly jump into this one, right? India has had a very, very unique problem. And out here, I'm talking about the LGBTQIA plus community. Indians usually have a very willful blindness towards this community. It's almost as if they shut their eyes and the community doesn't exist for them, right? And unfortunately, this particular insight makes them harbor a sense of apathy towards them, right? It doesn't matter to them what happens to this community or how this community is living on a day-to-day basis. And due to the social setup in India, unfortunately, the entire community is represented either as effeminate men or transgenders asking for arms at a traffic signal. And this is purely seen when you look at any pop culture media that we see. And we have seen this enough and more across television, right? We also dug out some numbers, right? And we realized that the Ministry of Health survey that actually happened back in 2012 put the number of homosexuals at a 2.5 million in 2012. Now, the important part of this is that these numbers were only the ones of the homosexuals who felt safe to come out. Needless to say, this number is obviously higher. And then this part of the bigger pie, which is the LGBTQIA plus community, is very, very tiny. So the actual numbers are much, much higher. So like I said, the number is far from the truth. And why is this so, right? Many hide their identity because somewhere the society doesn't see these people, right, this entire community as quote unquote natural. But that said, we all are people who are purveyors of science, right? Having a different sexual orientation is natural. In fact, it doesn't take a lot of research to realize that the human body itself doesn't differentiate based on your gender orientation. In fact, give it any stimulus and it simply reacts. This really became the core insight for our campaign. And we wondered, could the largest contact lens makers in the world open the eyes of this society that I'm talking about towards the LGBTQIA plus community? And that's what led to the campaign called Look of Love. I'll just quickly play out an AV for you guys.
The volume is not good.
Just a second.
You'll have to share it with the
I'll just reshare it. Give me 1 second. Apologies.
India as a country has come a long way in terms of social and economic progress. However, for the LGBTQIA+ community, the everyday is filled with challenges on multiple levels. While on one hand, fitting in with the community becomes a social challenge, same-sex relationships in India are also frowned upon from a legal standpoint. It is only with increased awareness and normalization will there be greater acceptance of the LGBTQIA+ amongst the masses. Bausch and Lomb, the world's largest supplier of contact lenses, wanted to show their solidarity with the community and drive awareness that all love is equal. We began with the simplest of human insights, the dilation of pupils when experiencing heightened emotions, medically termed as mydriasis. Showcasing the love of 3 queer couples, we wanted to emphasize that eyes don't discriminate when experiencing love. When shown important moments from their relationship, they felt overwhelmed with emotion and their pupils dilated. Ending with a simple thought provoker: eyes don't discriminate, why should we? The campaign was executed outside of Pride Month to show other brands that continued solidarity with the community outside of just being topical can also deliver sustained impact. Executed on a shoestring budget, Look of Love managed to deliver big in terms of engagement. The overall PTR on YouTube for the 77 seconds film was an incredible 45%. Look of Love delivered 13.5 million reach among unique audiences, 86 million impressions, 28 million video views, and 4.2 million engagements on social platforms. covered on various digital blogs and journals for its outstanding impact in breaking gender stereotypes, the ultimate validation came a few months later.
India's Supreme Court has affirmed social benefits for same-sex couples and non-traditional families. Now, this has given hope to lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender or LGBTQ activists that the move could pave the way for recognition of same-sex marriage.
Eyes don't discriminate. Why should we? India as a
So like you saw in the AV, right, what we really did was we chose these 3 love stories and sort of used that overwhelming moment where they were shown a picture of their loved one and their eyes dilated exactly the same way that a heterosexual persons would, right? And this was based on the insight of mydriasis, which is basically the dilation of the human pupil on exposure to heavy light or heightened emotion. What we did were 3 specific things, right? Making of the film was just not enough to drive this conversation. First, we went beyond Pride Day. We very consciously did this campaign outside of Pride Day, ensuring that the conversation was not just something which was like a lip service done by brands either on Pride Day or during the Pride month. Beyond that, what we also did was pop culture, like I said in the beginning, has a problematic representation of the community. We tried to solve it by picking up different topical days and also including it in different pop culture icons. For example, we represented a Superman release as a part of a Pride conversation. And we also showcased the Independence Day conversation as a part of the Pride conversation. The third and the final thing that we did was the most critical for the Indian community, which was driving education. Now, what we did was the people who were a part of our main film were also used as people to educate the entire community by answering frequently asked questions. Varun, would you want to take on the media?
Talking of media strategy, we promoted emotional video with in-depth message at the highest frequency across highest reach and time spent platform, that is YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Instead of spreading vast, we strategically decided to invest our entire might behind only 3 platforms to create impact and sustain for months. Talking of influencers, with shooting budget in hand, we plugged in multiple influencers from LGBTQ community at 0 cost who supported and promoted Look of Love from their social handles. This actually helped us carry the movement forward and help us reach to most relevant audience at the lower cost. And we hope that this campaign would hopefully pave the way toward the same-sex marriages soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. Moving to the next presentation. The entry ID is 4908. The brand is Britannia. Over to the presenter.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, just give me a minute. I'll share my screen. Is it visible?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, my name is Chaitali Rai and I'll be presenting on behalf of Britannia for diversity, inclusion and equality. Before I start, I'd like you all to keep one homemaker you know of in your mind and visualize her day-to-day life as we proceed. Because no other stat that I show you on the screen today will come close to the experience of observing them, especially growing up in an Indian household. We are from the country that from the 3rd century BCE believed Yatra Naryastu Pujante Ramante Tatra Devta, which means where women are worshipped, prosperity blooms. But what we see is far from it. And the stats just reaffirm it. India, which is world's 3rd largest startup country, has an abysmal 13.76 of the total female entrepreneurs in India. And even worse is that only 3% actually get the financial aid that they need. So where does the problem lie? A major lack of equal opportunity for our homemakers is extremely evident. But was that the only setback? Let's take a closer look at the life of our homemakers that we all know. This doesn't need much of an imagination. Freshen up for the day with breakfast prep, steals 5 minutes for a chai break, sending kids to school and husband to office, then the daily household chores, then a little TV with lunch, followed with a cat nap, steals 5 minutes for a chai break, goes to the market, back home prepping for dinner, then dishes and back to bed, and the same routine all over again. The only key moments in this everyday lifestyle she has entirely for herself were these small tea breaks she stole from her own time of the day, hence making tea time me time. And Britannia was an integral part of this me time. It is this very me time that has made Britannia the giant household staple name that it is today since 1892. All along, Britannia has been privy to everything that goes down in a woman's life, to now witnessing a silent revolution brewing in these households. From realizing that they unapologetically deserve time for their passions outside of domestic chores, to finding ways of monetizing it from home. These women were looking to do more, be more. They knew that they can run the house, take care of the family, and be self sufficient all at the same time. But when it comes to acting on it, their aspirations take a backseat due to unavailability of funds to fuel the entrepreneur in her. Britannia saw this and wanted to use this as an opportunity to step out from just satisfying their tea time hunger to being their partner in their hunger to achieve their life's purpose. Britannia therefore paved the way for their entrepreneurial journey with My Mari Startup Contest. This program provides much needed capital and training to transform homemakers into homepreneurs, a true testament to champion inclusivity and equality for women who were grossly underrepresented in India's booming startup landscape, consistently for the fourth season. An initiative like this needed to be conveyed to all the aspiring dreamers in a way they would notice, appreciate, and take action. It was therefore critical for us to be present as part of her discovery, exploration, and inspiration. We made sure we were present at every juncture in their everyday life, from TV, digital, print, OH, to even our own packaging. This led to women taking and making this campaign entirely their own. We knew real life stories play a huge role in inspiring people. Hence, we brought alive real stories of My Mari startups across all relevant touchpoints, including, but not limited to, mammoth platforms like Z, YouTube, etc. We also brought in their favorite regional celebrities that they like to watch daily to interview real, thriving homepreneurs, which now rest on YouTube page of Z Tamil and Z Bangla for all dreamers to consume, including all of you. And the force was there for everyone to behold. My Mari startup has garnered 4 million entries received across 3 seasons, 1.5 million entries received just in season 3, 40,000 plus women trained via upskilling programs, 30 women awarded 10 lakh rupees by the brand, out of which 18 women are running their own businesses today. The indirect results that we could see was 2.7 million YouTube views, amplification of the winner stories, inspiring an entire generation of homemakers, featured regularly across media channels, drawing a lot of attention across the country. And for a show like this to go on for 4 consecutive years, there needs to be some sort of a love from the women themselves that has pushed it this far. So the brand growth also seen is around 40% in 4 years, which is not a small deal. But this is not just the impact that we want to see. My Mari startup has led to real world transformations, and not just in our meeting rooms or agencies. Calling out some of my favorite stories right here. Introducing Mrs. Ragini Kumari, erstwhile mother of 2, now a 100% eco-friendly nursery owner. She always wanted to be an environmentalist. Miss Shikha De, a divorcee in West Bengal, now a fishing business owner. And Mrs. Sumati from Tamil Nadu, who from doing 18-hour shifts has now come to opening her own eye care clinic. And these are just 3 women who have turned their lives around from desire to fruition. There are countless others, and I'd really urge you to check these stories and be inspired yourself. This is proof enough that we really are in the next phase of India's rising women entrepreneurs.
Last minute.
Yatra Naryastu Pujyante, Ramante Tatra Devata is now no longer just a Manusmriti verse, but an idea that is taking stronger roots in India. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Next presentation, 4909. And the brand is Sunlight. Over to the presenter.
Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Should I begin?
Yes, you can start. Your time starts. All the best.
Good evening, jury members. I'm here to present a case that helped revive a dying art, one that is deeply rooted in the humble villages of West Bengal. And although some of you must have seen the case earlier this afternoon, I would like to tell you another story, a story of the weavers. West Bengal stands out amongst other states with a large number of looms and handloom weavers who are connected in commercial production, surpassing Tamil Nadu, where this beautiful Kanjivaram is from. The Bengal handloom is also referred to in one of the most ancient Indian texts, Arthashastra. Handloom weaving, a traditional livelihood for men and women for centuries, is a process that simply relies on the body, rhythm, and silk of the weavers, depicting their lives' narrative. A typical weaver takes up weaving as a family tradition at a very young age. A typical weaver works for more than 300 days a year. A typical weaver weaves more than 100 saris in a year. And a typical weaver earns only 24,000 rupees annually. Power looms, fake imitations, design label culture, and the COVID-19 crisis made the weaver's plight a sad tale. And while measures were taken to revive the nation post-COVID, this marginalized community remained underrepresented. It was a matter of grave concern, and West Bengal's heritage was at stake. Sunlight, a 100-year-old detergent brand from the house of Unilever, reigns the market of West Bengal with over 60% sales coming in from the state. The brand's purpose is to enable people to bring back colors in their lives, and it depicts its communication through colorful saris. But the burning question was, how do we jog an entire state's memory about a forgotten piece of their cultural heritage? From this question emerged Sunlight Tate Rong, a campaign that connected these traditional handloom weavers with fashion designer Parama Ghosh. Across the fashion industry, what we noticed was the masterpieces that these weavers created always came with a designer's label. But we created something that was about to change the $223 billion fashion industry for good. Let's take a look at how Sunlight partnered with this underrepresented community and got them the recognition they deserved.
The 6 yards of an Indian sari signify pride and tradition for every woman. These iconic hand-woven saris from West Bengal take days to be stitched by a weaver and are sold globally at exorbitant prices by designer fashion labels. And as fashion culture dictates, the value a piece of clothing holds depends on the name the label carries. Labels have become so important in our culture that people now buy certain apparel just because of the label. Branding is now an entire industry, and labels are one of the basic branding tools. The real artists, the handloom weavers, are left with poor wages and no credit for their work, since they are at the bottom of the pyramid. Having an already low monthly income, it was reduced to a mere 2,000 rupees due to power looms and COVID. These weavers were facing extreme poverty and an entire generation that wants to let go of this artistry. Sunlight, a regional detergent brand with color guard technology, depicts its communication through colorful saris. With the brand purpose of enabling people to bring colors back into their lives, the largest shopping festival, Pujo, became the backdrop to revive the community of weavers. And with a clarion call was born, Sunlight Tate Rong, an initiative to bring colors back into the lives of these weavers by placing them at the center of the fashion industry. We chose the smallest yet the most powerful tool of the fashion world to carry the mighty message, the clothing label. Partnering with ace designer Paroma Ghosh, for the first time in Indian fashion history, weavers' names were not only mentioned, but preceded that of the designer on the sari label. Stitched on thousands of saris and sold on the designer's e-com site and became every weaver's social identity. The campaign was launched on TV and YouTube. What followed was monumental. Iconic women adorned the collection, including a national superstar. The Sunlight Pack became a window for the weavers to showcase their designs to 30 million households. Every media activation helped the weaver bring colors back into their lives. The weaver grew as the brand did. Weavers saw an increase in their monthly income by 7 times. The initiative weaved a brighter future for the weaving community in West Bengal.
The label, a true representation of Sunlight Tate Rong, brought the premise of diversity, equity, and inclusion all quite simply and impactfully. It included a diverse set of weavers to join the pedigree of the fashion industry. It delivered equitable opportunities for the weavers to come to the forefront and showcase their magic. And lastly, not just including their names on the labels, but also their names preceding the designers, made sure that the purpose was at the forefront and not just profitability. While the campaign received recognition on both global and national platforms, including a shortlist at the Cannes Awards, the real metric of success was beyond Excel sheets and reports.
Last minute.
Allow me to show you what the real reward was.
আমার নাম ষষ্ঠী ঘোষ। আমার পরিবারে আমার 2 ছেলে, আমার স্ত্রী। এই আপনার কাজ এসে থেকে মোটামুটি এতদিন চলছিল। এই 2 বছরে লকডাউন হয়ে থেকে একটু কাজে খুব ডামাডোল যাচ্ছে। সানলাইট তাঁতি রং এসে আমাদের এখন কাজের খুব উদ্যোগ হয়েছে।
আপনারা এই ভিডিওটা যারা দেখছেন, এতগুলো মানুষের জন্য দেখছেন যাতে তাদের তাঁত শিল্প বন্ধ না হয়, তাঁত বন্ধ না হয়, বাচ্চারা স্কুলে যেতে পারে এবং তাদের পরবর্তী প্রজন্ম এই কাজে আসতে পারে।
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Boost team is ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the entry ID is 4907. The brand is Boost. Start the presentation.
Yeah. 1 second, please.
This is the last presentation of this category and the session also.
Let me know if my screen is visible.
Yes.
All right, great. So, jury, while our empty room turned out to be a glitched room, but the situation of women's cricket in this country and the representation they get is still very glitchy, but at the same time, very empty as well. From wanting to play for teams right from their childhood to not finding space in all boys teams, young girls are basically taken out of context in terms of their cricket conversations in all levels of cricket in India.
It's a blank screen, we can see. That's it. Shivam.
Yeah. Sorry.
Resume share. Resume share. Yeah.
This one?
Resume share.
Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Right. So from wanting to play for teams right from their childhood to not finding space in boys' teams, girls in India are alienated from cricket at all levels. And this leads to a stark situation in terms of the representation of women's cricket in this country. Because of the kind of zero visibility that women get in terms of cricket in India, 40% of young girls drop out of the sport in their teenage years itself. And this should be a problem for all of us, but especially for our brand Boost, this was a big problem. Because while 38% of our total consumers are made up of young girls, our mainline communication of the iconic Boost is the secret of my energy has always been established via men cricketers. So while Boost holds a majority market share in south of India, in 2020, Boost wanted to increase brand penetration by tapping onto the unexplored markets of north and west of India. At that moment, we realized that our narrative needed a massive change. It needed to become way more inclusive than it was. It needed to become inclusive of the potential of the future. It needed to show the cricketing world that game ladke ladkiyon ka nahi, stamina ka hota hai. But then we had to understand before we kind of establish that proposition as to where are young girls having some fun or having some kind of conversations around sports as well. Young girls are having fun on short video apps and social media platforms where they're able to express themselves, where they're able to challenge status quos from time to time, and where they're able to experiment through modern and immersive technologies. And not just that, data also showed that the future generation is spending most of their time in their virtual worlds of gaming, where they're creating new friendships, where they're birthing new communities, which are going to shape the future conversations of media as well. So it became a no-brainer for Boost to enter the future media frontier of gaming, to launch Game Staminaka, our movement against cricket's gender norms. But when did we start it? Last year, 4th of March, was when the Women's Cricket World Cup had started. Probably the only time when women's cricket gets a few headlines here and there, some coverage here and there. So on 4th of March, we launched Game Staminaka across gaming and social experiences of young kids in India. Here's how it panned out.
Boost noticed that India's crazy fanfare for men's cricket didn't even exist when it comes to women's cricket. It was time to challenge the status quo and let our women champion the stamina narrative. To inspire the next generation of women cricketers, we kicked off the Game Staminaka movement. Realizing our desired TG is either gaming on their phone or spending the rest of their time on social media. During the Women's World Cup 2022, Boost partnered with World Cricket Championship 3 to introduce the first ever women-centric gameplay in the world of cricket, where gamers played as the Indian women's team against any international men's team.
Never gonna stop.
Also, a real-time meter measured the player's stamina and gave the gamers a special ability to boost it too. To no one's surprise, the gaming community was blown away on India's biggest short video apps, Instagram Reels and MX Takata. We harnessed the power of augmented reality to help Indian women showcase their cricketing prowess. The stamina movement was led by the likes of Smriti Mandhana, Shefali Verma and Jemima Rodrigues, who inspired thousands of young women.
Never gonna stop.
But not just on social, we activated the movement at India's flagship Women's T20 tournament. We measured each player's stamina score in real time and celebrated standout performers as the Boost Stamina Star of the match. From gaming to on-ground to social media, cricket is no more just a gentleman's game. It's the game of stamina. Boost noticed that India's crazy fan
So while Game Staminaka essentially captured the audiences across gaming, social media, and beyond, what stood out for us in terms of a result was that 56% of our audiences resonated with our messaging. And we saw an unprecedented and a first time ever 4x increase in female registrations on the WCC3 app during the 2022 World Cup period. This gives us hope for the future, and this gives me hope for the next 1 hour as we all, I think, prepare to switch off our laptops and start cheering for our women in blue as they take on Australia in the World Cup semi-final starting 6:30 p.m. So let's all wrap up and make sure we support our women in blue. Thank you, Judy.
Thank you. Thank you, presenter. Thank you. Thank you all those who presented, and thank you. A big thanks to the jury members. So we conclude the second day of case study presentations, and it has been absolutely amazing. The way in which the time has been kept, and the way in which we have been rolling across, including things on the technical front, have been very satisfying, looks like. May I have the impressions of the jury members on this particular format as against the physical format?
Bipin, Ashish here.
Yeah.
I think so. It was pretty self-explanatory and easy to understand. And the fact that we had already time to go through most of the cases, I think so. The presentation just were sort of an executive summary, which helped us to understand the gist of it. So I guess it was pretty comfortable from a format standpoint.
Okay.
I agree with that, Vipin. I think keeping it in good timelines as well as format, the structure, because it was very well streamed, and one by one people sort of adhered to their timelines. They were given prompts on how much time is left, etc., and they could present with all their expressions, etc. So not only was the deck visible to all the jury members, but also the way the presentation skills in case of certain presenters, the way it comes out, the way they portray their story, I think that came out well. So
Thank you. Wonderful. So a team gets set for tomorrow.